Oh.
The rabbit's doing the recap.
I specifically asked that it's from the perspective of a flying bunny rabbit.
Yeah, you have to click them if you want to roll with the picture. I forgot about that.
That's all good. I think we know who the bunny
Okay,
rabbit
the
is.
bunny rabbit. Like in those cartoons I watched when I was a little kid. Like always, it was a cute animal telling the fables.
It does not need to be from the perspective of the bunny rabbit.
It does. Don't listen to him.
Exceptionally because the bunny rabbit hasn't seen anything.
So you
He
know,
wasn't there for.
it would be interesting to do them from character perspectives. I mean, we'd miss out on a bunch, but that could be juicy.
Feel like it almost defeats the purpose.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
I was thinking of doing what I done when I was playing the ill-fated Aslant campaign AP. We started it, finished the first book, and then the group fell apart.
The first book is a mess, especially that first chapter.
Yeah. I was playing the Pathfinder there, and then sending making reports, and I would recap everything.
That's cool. Okay, let's just get a regular old.
Okay,
Yeah.
this time. Well, after defeating the Quasit, we continued the exploration of the catacombs of Wrath. We went to a room north, actually more like a prison or dungeon, where we killed the two sin spawn, and after the sin infected, who was it?
Ion.
Ion, yeah. Ion, he ran through several rooms because he was enchanted to believe that his pride was taking him, thinking that he could defeat everything, anyone and anything. We managed to stop him and find a magical item or a scroll. Adrian found a scroll in one of the offices there. After that, we came into a room full of covered pits in which a horribly mutated goblin ambushed us. We managed to defeat the thing and later discovered that inside the pits there was a bunch of undead zombies. We put them out of their misery and continued our exploration until we came to a room, that very strange room that had no gravity in it. We sent oh god, I forgot again. Aminara inside to retrieve a couple of objects like a wand, a book, and a dead rat, I think. After reading through the book, it turned out to be like a book about monsters that. And fine wine. Yeah, fine wine, the wine. We cannot forget the wine. About monsters that was illustrated, and the one turned out to be Shocking Grasp, I think, or something. I don't know if we identified it, actually. I think we did. Somebody did.
It didn't get identified. Don't think so.
Yeah, it's still just sitting. You're talking about the wand. It's just sitting as magic wand in my inventory. Yeah.
I thought it was.
Did it get identified?
I don't
I don't think
remember.
so.
I don't know what it is actually on then. You said that it was a spell that everybody would want but would not use it. That I remember. After that, we went back to the entrance of the prison and left for the last corridor we missed last time. Inside the corridor with the fountain pool, we were attacked by the Varguli, which paralyzed Adrian. In the end, we managed to defeat it, and that's where we left off.
Okay. I think that was pretty good. I feel like you earned the reroll for the session. What does everyone else think?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. I am gonna top it off with a little bit of information that either I just didn't notice or maybe it was skipped over. You guys fought one of the goblin heroes last week. That was the little mutated goblin you fought in the zombie pit room.
I don't know who the goblin heroes are.
Here is. Yeah.
We talked about the goblin heroes when you guys met Aaliyah, Amiko's old adventuring buddy.
Okay, they met it.
I don't
I
know
don't know who
Aaliyah
Aliyah
is.
is.
Really?
Me neither. Me neither.
Well, no, I don't expect you to know who Aaliyah is, but I swear you were around for that, Phil.
Aaliyah? No, I don't think so.
No? Does her picture even say Aaliyah on it? What the fuck? Sorry, excuse my language.
No problem.
Okay. Sorry, Did you really join that late, Phil?
I joined just before the glasswork.
Yeah, you should have met Aaliyah because Aaliyah gets. You guys met her right, like literally right before. So unless did you? No, did you just join for like when the glasswork started? You didn't do anything before
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I forgot. We got like 2 people right then because of random crap.
We started the glassworks and Matt wasn't there, and then the next session we had a full party again.
Yeah, so the Goblin Heroes are actually they're relevant, so I'll actually give you some information about them. And if you guys are cool with it, I mean it's stuff you should know, and it's the same with the tribes. There are 5 major Goblin tribes within the region. Closest to Sandpoint is the Bird Cruncher Goblins. They live in the caves along the western edge of the Devil's Platter. That's a place that some of you went hunting with Aldern Foxglove, the noble in town that has had a close relationship with about half of the heroes of Sandpoint.
I remember him.
He's a really big fanboy with a lot of money.
Yeah, he stalked Amiko that one night, or not Amiko, Anamara.
Yeah.
I don't remember any stalking. I feel like this was a misunderstanding. Okay, traditionally though, the bird crunchers are the least aggressive of the 5 tribes. To the south, there's the lick-toed goblins of the Briar Stump Marsh. Excellent swimmers when it comes to goblins, but they are definitely a nuisance. To the east is the 7-toothed goblins of the Shankwood. They've secured a place for themselves by primarily raiding like places of refuge throughout the region, and using it to build armor and weapons. So they're actually like the most fortified per goblin. Then if you go much farther to the east, you get into the Mosswood goblins. These are the largest tribe of goblins. Traditionally, though, they've been held back by a lot of internal family feuding, something most goblin tribes don't have to deal with. And finally, there are the Thistletop goblins. I know Thistletop has been brought up around most, if not all of you. They live
Yeah.
in the Nettlewood along the coast of it, atop a small island that is like largely regarded by all of the goblins in the region to be like prime goblin real estate. So they are kind of the like de facto best tribe for that. And I think one of the notes you guys have from Pseudo's journal actually it references them as being like important. Like Pseudo says like almost none of the Thistletop tribe goblins got hurt. That's a good thing. If you don't remember all the information in there, there's a lot of juicy stuff in that note. I think it's just yeah, it's this one right here. There's a lot of juicy, important information. And that's actually the direction for which after this is like the only direct piece of like link you have for the story, with the exception of going and talking with like the mayor or Amiko or anyone else you guys could think of in town. Is the Thistletop tribe. Thing is, that's where Nulia and Pseudo and a bunch of mercenaries are that are trying to organize the goblins.
I remember Dalen tried talk. My character tried talking into possibly scouting out the tribe itself, and then I believe the mayor, somebody, mentioned that there could be hundreds of goblins sitting in the tribe alone.
So that was Aaliyah when you guys were talking about like the possible like projection that all the goblin tribes could have together, and she doesn't have exacts because that's just impossible.
Yeah.
But she said like up to 500 would be within reason. Though the notes that you have, the battle plan in Pseudo's journal, that seems most likely the one of the few that haven't been crossed out. But just like 200 goblins attacking Sandpoint.
Okay.
But you were
That's a lot
asked,
of goblins.
you were cautioned, you were warned not to go out there by yourself, and you were also asked not to by like the sheriff and the mayor, because the sheriff has left town recently. He's gonna be gone for a few days, trying to go get help from Magnamar.
Yeah, we're supposed to help guard the village until he returns.
Yeah. You guys came down here to check this stuff out, since there isn't really anyone that can take care of this stuff besides the heroes of Sandpoint. Goblin hero-wise, there are 6 of these fellows. Goblins normally don't live long enough to achieve anything of like worthy of note, and when they do, they end up with the title of hero. The first of these goblin heroes is Big Gutmutt. He's a very muscular, tall goblin from the Mosswood tribe. And it's said that his mother was a hobgoblin and his father was a wild boar. Then there's Corvius, the guy you guys just killed. So I think it would be a stretch for pretty much anyone to know who this is. So I doubt your characters made this connection, even if they had the information. Corvus was a champion of the Seven-Tooth tribe. He was known for his short temper, as well as his prized possession, a magical longsword sized for a human. So maybe you could make that connection right there. Which he stubbornly kept onto as his own, even despite the fact that he can't properly use it. He vanished several months ago, supposedly discovering a quote-unquote secret hideout in a cave along the cliffs somewhere. So I guess it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to make that connection, but still seems a little stretchy. But all of the Seven-Tooth Goblins remain convinced he's still alive. Or if he's dead, he's probably a ghost or something worse. And just because of his mentality, No one's really gone out to find him or his cave because they imagine whether or not he's alive, he would kill any goblin who tried to find his hideout. After that is Vorka, who I think has the coolest goblin hero name. Even though I think he's my least favorite. He's a notorious goblin cannibal who lives in the Briarstump Marsh, and his hero title is mostly a hero title to others than the Lictobe tribe that he belongs to. Yeah, most people in his tribe wouldn't consider him a hero.
Because he ate him or something, right?
He's definitely a big part of the reason that his tribe is in such a meh condition as they are. They would be much better off if they weren't regularly being eaten by one of the most important people in their tribe. After that, there's Rendwaddle Gutwad. He's the obese chieftain of the Briarstump Goblins. So this is actually the only tribe that has multiple heroes. And he's just this fat, disgusting monster who never leaves his throne room. And there are two more. Rip Nugget, he's the leader of the Thistletop Goblins. And like I said earlier, he is probably like the most notorious of the goblin heroes, at least amongst the goblin tribes, because he runs prime real estate. And finally, there is Bruthasimus, who's actually brought up in that note. And there's a theory circulating amongst, well, it was circulating amongst this group and is currently circulating amongst my other group, that Bruthasimus, he's a infamous bugbear ranger who lives in the northern part of the Nettlewood. There was a theory going around originally that he was the Longshank leading the goblins, because early in the campaign you find out that there was a Longshank, a tall person, who orchestrated the attack on Sandpoint that you guys have dealt with. So he often visits all of the tribes with trade goods that he's stolen from caravans for like primarily three different things. He can provide for himself a lot of stuff, but he'll go in and trade for like news, alcohol, and then magic arrows that he doesn't know how to craft himself. And I said Aaliyah. Aaliyah's her nickname. Maybe the name Shay will work better for some people here. Her real name's Shalelu. She's an old friend of...
Yeah, I met Shalelu.
Yeah, we met her.
Sorry, I forgot you guys hadn't heard
hunter.
her nickname. Shalelu actually has like this rivalry with Bruthasimus. He's just like an elf racist, and he hangs out with goblins, so Shay has multiple reasons to hate him. And they've crossed paths on multiple occasions, fought each other, but to this day, neither of them have managed to kill the other one. And Shay just fucking hates this person. But yeah, there was a theory going around since Bruthasimus is referenced in this piece of news that he might be the leader, but that quickly gets dispelled once you read Pseudo's journal, and it sounds like he's just part of a council of Longshanks, it seems like, some kind of group that's hanging out in Thistletop. And that's, I mean, there's a little bit more, but that's pretty much all that you need to know with the goblins. I guess I should have tried catching you guys up before, but we've been doing so much dungeon crawling, it's been so action-packed. Okay, moving on. Last we left off, you guys were in this dinky little room that just has like a very small room. Door to the west, door to the east. You guys came in from the west. And there's just a little pool of water in the center that lined with skulls. And it just like kind of ripples quietly. You guys just killed a Vargul in there. Luckily, nobody here is going to be turning into a Vargul head. What do you want to do?
I'd
I
like
don't
to
think that-
investigate. Sorry,
One
go ahead.
second. I just had the idea. Why don't we just say that Adrian became a Vargul head and we killed him? It's the easiest thing to do.
I mean,
He
we
was
can do
paralyzed last
that,
time.
but it's not immediate. It's like a long, grueling process.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
It's basically like a curse.
Takes like a day
Oh,
or somewhere between 1 and 3 days or something.
okay then. I don't know a lot about werewolves. So I was thinking it was like immediate. He bites my head off, by Adrian's head off.
No, it like literally
However,
like kisses you with its disgusting tongue, and then in a D6 hours, like during the next D6 hours, you take a bunch of intelligence and charisma damage, and then after a D6 hours, your head breaks free from your body and you turn into a Vargul.
Okay then. I wasn't familiar with that.
But presumably you would take him to a doctor if he got, sick, right?
Yeah.
I
If
feel
you
like the
go
simplest solution is that Adrian just says "fuck this" and leaves.
if you go
Actually,
into
Going to
into the sun, or if you stay around a light spell of level 3 or higher, then the effect will pause, and then remove disease is all it takes to get rid of it. So we could really just have him get kissed by this, need to go be taken care of at the church, leave him there, and then we can introduce Wig Bear. I mean, I already
Big beard.
kind of talked to you about how we would, so you can do that at any time you deem appropriate.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, just let's finish the exploration. Then when I'm okay with that, like he's sick, you will bring him out and leave him in the church.
yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. You
Yeah.
guys are doing time sensitive stuff, and he's not well enough to travel with you, so you have to leave him behind.
Yep.
Okay.
Dalen immediately investigates the Vargol, though.
Okay.
To
What do
know
you
a little bit more about it? Basically, just trying to get a better sense of its anatomy,
a better
its
sense of
point of
what?
origins, and it's just its general anatomy, its point of origins, and the kind of stuff it uses to do what the like say for the curse. If Dalen would know about the curse, like what kind of saliva or what kind of fluid would secrete from its body to inflict the curse, just that kind of stuff. Generally,
Okay.
how it does what it does.
If you give me a knowledge planes check, I might be able to give you some information.
Yeah. Let's see. There's the skills. Where's my knowledge plane? It's been a while.
Boom. Okay. I think you would know that this is a Vargul, and that they can turn other creatures into Varguls if they come in contact with them. That's like the common information about them.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I don't think you would know anything about them.
Okay. You know what? I think Dalen would cut off its tongue for future study.
Give me a survival check.
Okay. Let's see. Where's my survival? There it is. Oh, lovely.
Good roll.
That's
Actually.
not enough to harvest it properly. You can have the tongue, but it's not gonna be as useful
Wouldn't
as it
be
could have been.
Right.
There's a whole like trophy harvesting system. You skipped part of it. The first part is identifying the important parts of a creature. Second part is harvesting them. And it's all based on the DC of the creature.
Right.
Or the DC is based on the CR of the creature.
Okay. That's about all Dalen's going to do with the Vargo. He's just going to spend the rest of the time in the room, just kind of checking the general layout, see if there's anything secretive, hidden.
Is it secret? Is it safe?
Sorry.
One of these days, I'm going to play like a Gandalf or something.
You're gonna play an angel?
Why not? I could be an ASMR.
Asimers aren't
ASMR wizard.
angels.
Very old Azamar.
Yeah, they live
Gandalf's
like.
like literally a god.
Yeah, I know. But like the archetype of the wise wizard. I don't know. Maybe we could do a mythic one sometimes.
Yeah, and then the next time you guys fight a Quasit, he'll tell you all to run away so he can kill it himself.
Yeah.
Run away! That's because he was fighting another god.
Don't you try and make excuses for that XP hogging whore.
That son of a bitch. He found another angel and was like, ah, man, you guys better leave. Pretty sure even I'm about to die here.
But he didn't because he had the power of plot armor on his side.
That's because he had the Ring of Fire on.
Which is just another word for plot armor.
When he first gets to Middle Earth, the elves give him the Ring of Fire, which is like the Ring of Hope, which is why everybody is always so happy when Gandalf's around, because they all acquire hope. And that's why he didn't die, because he never lost hope while he was fucking at the top of the mountain or some shit like that. I don't know, man. Like,
This just makes me like Gandalf less, because that means he's not just innately bringing that to the table. He's literally using magic to change people's emotions, which is extremely manipulative.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Why are you ruining my image of the Grey Wizard?
I mean, he's not a wizard. He's an angel. he was never a wizard.
He had a pointy hat.
Yeah, true.
And a staff.
And a staff.
And a long beard and robes. He was a wizard.
He's Saruman's the same. He's the same thing. They're all the
Yeah.
same. They're all just shitty angels.
I always had more of a warlock vibe, but I could also see him being a wizard.
I always imagined that he was a wizard when he in his gray form, but he turned angelic when he became white.
Always an angel, unfortunately. I can't remember what they're called, but they're like the first beings that God created, and then one of them Lucifer's and goes down, and he's like, "I'm gonna be evil now," and that's not even Saruman. That's like a different guy, and then he convinces Saruman to come be his servant. Saruman is just the servant of Lucifer. He's not even Lucifer.
Okay. Let's continue the story because now I'm starting.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
a Lord of the Rings nerd, I'm starting to have a little bit of an aneurysm.
It's too much. It's too much. He's read the Silmarillion. Somebody help.
So you know you're dedicated.
Actually, I've never actually read the Silmarillion. I've wanted to.
It's
I
good,
did.
but it's about like the first and the second age. It's about like
Yeah.
elves and stuff.
And you have to know that it's not really a book that you read.
Yeah,
It's like a history book,
it's like all the cliff notes that
not a novel.
it wasn't written as a book. It's like a bunch of notes that the son put together and
Yeah.
published as a
published.
book for people.
Yeah.
Greedy
This is the
little.
world my father built.
Okay, then let us continue before we spend
The entire
another session debating.
Right?
We're down.
We could spend more than
2
4
members.
hours on Lord of the Rings lore.
Yeah.
Sure
I
could.
can spend the
Okay,
rest of
then.
the campaign on just Lord of the Rings.
Where's my ring and why am I not the lord of it? What's happening in this game?
Okay, we are in the wash pool. Dalen is trying to harvest the tongue from a Vargul, which sounds like a horrible idea since that's what it uses to transform people.
Oh, if I rolled a high enough survival, I could have turned it into a whip.
No.
Oh,
So the idea, this system doesn't have any official implication. It's like an extra side rule, and basically what they like hint at in the rule is that like we should work together to find something you can harvest and like how you can use these to create items, be them permanent or temporary. So maybe you could incorporate like a Vargul tongue into like a thing of acid, right? So if you throw it at someone, I don't know, there's a chance that they get the Vargul poison. Something like that. Or if you harvest a dragon's tooth, then maybe you could make like a ball or short sword out of it. Something like that.
harvest its vocal cords, and then we'll get a paralyzing scream or a frightening scream.
It's supposed to be something cool like that. Or you can just, there's also just like, okay, I have a dragon. We had someone get a dragon tooth on Friday, and he's just going to keep it because he's the first person in his clan to get a dragon tooth. So he's just going to keep a cool dragon tooth.
Just gonna carry it on his back, like
So it's actually from a tatzelworm, and
Oh.
tatzelworms are like these really small guys. So the tooth is actually more like probably only like a few inches long. But yes, washing room, washing pool of washing.
And I seem to remember there was an eastern door. What's through there?
There is a set of stairs that goes up. And there's a door at the end of a hallway about 20 feet down. Or I guess up, sorry. Is that where we're going?
I guess so.
Okay.
Suppose.
You open up the second door after going up 20 feet worth of stairs, and you see a flight of spiral stairs that winds up around this pillar. When you follow it, very shortly after you start walking up it, you can see that there is just a collapse.
So another set of collapsed spiral stairs.
This one going up this time. The last one went down.
Yeah.
Question: do the collapses look like with enough people they could be cleared? With enough time and people?
That would take knowledge engineering and a really good one.
I don't have knowledge in. I've
Yeah,
engineering, but not
like
engineering.
yes. Yeah.
because you guys don't have like a proper reference for where you are comparative to like the geography around you.
Someone, I mean, we could hire some dwarves and we could clear up this wreckage, no problem.
Like assuming there's somewhere up that this goes to.
No doubt in my mind they could dig up. They would they would get there.
It would happen eventually. I just know you guys don't have the money for that.
Those goddamn crazy dwarves.
This guy.
They dug too deep.
They dug too greedily and too deep.
No, don't get at it again.
You can like see that there are a few like fissures with it in between like the collapsed junk in front of you. And you
Or
can
in Spain.
you can like you can't see up very far, like only a few feet before the debris gets in the way at best. But you can feel like an airflow in between it.
In between the fissures?
Yeah,
Okay.
there is an exchange of air between this level and something up above.
I'm just gonna do it. Could I get to the fissures?
It's like it's just part of the debris. Like there are fissures
Okay.
interweaved in between it.
Okay. Could I try to put my nose to the airflow, determine whether it's coming from outside or from another structure?
It's not particularly fresh air when you do that.
Okay. So it's not coming from the outside. Hmm. Everybody that I know of that has knowledge geography is not here today, is there?
There's wind coming through.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
there's a-
hypothetically, like I'm gonna have Animara with you guys, even if Calvin isn't here.
okay.
Kind of sucks
I
that
think-
he's not here, but
Yeah,
I
it
pull out
kinda
a-
is.
I'll pull out a bag of like chalk powder. Did we figure out where it comes from? Sorry.
where what comes from?
The wind.
No. How would you have
Eh,
any idea of telling that?
So I'll pull out a bag of chalk powder, and I'll just sprinkle some powder, and walk the opposite way of the way it's blowing.
I mean, there's an exchange of air. It's not like there's a very strong current, so you can feel air coming out of the fissure and air going in. You have cool air coming down and hot air going up.
Hmm.
I look to Anamara and I go, is there any way of determining how far we've traveled in which direction from the point of the cave?
I mean, at best, she could make like guess, like an estimation, but she hasn't been keeping track of that. Like, and also, like, you would need to go to one of the exits, like where you can see like proper, at least have an understanding where you are relative to the surface, right? So at the very least,
Yeah.
you'd need to go back to the basement of the glassworks and then retrace all that and attempt to map it to the surface to see where that comes out.
Okay, for that it'd be best if we grabbed in a experienced team of surveyors.
Yeah. It's not impossible for you guys. It would just be hard and I would say time consuming.
We
You know, it could solve that problem. Party of dwarves.
Right? Bet there aren't a bunch of dwarves in your party. I got multiple dwarves in my giant slayer party, and so far being a dwarf has not helped at all.
That's why
As it
you
do, as it
have
do.
the alternative traits. Okay, then are you going to get Adrian out of the catacombs and go up?
Yeah, I feel like that's the only thing left to do, unless you guys are looking to go back to any of the rooms you've been to.
No. I look at Aradol. Can you think of anything else? Because we should probably get Adrian out of here soon. You don't look so good.
No, we should probably head out.
Agreed.
Okay. Are you just gonna take them straight to the church?
Probably.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you take them there. A couple of the acolytes take them. They're gonna need Father Xantus for this, though. They'll just have to go get him. So that will take some time. Are you guys looking to talk to anyone here, or you got something else in mind?
I need to go shopping.
Yeah. What are you going shopping
Wanna
for?
shop?
I am going to go buy some javelins.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Can I get
Consider-
amentums?
Can you what?
Can I get amentums? On
I
my
either
javelins?
don't know what that word is or I'm not hearing you right. You just want to type it in like chat real quick. I don't know what that is.
They're like leather straps you wrap around your javelins. And then you throw them from the strap, and the strap unwinds when you throw it, and it goes further.
Is that a thing in Pathfinder?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, really? It is.
I doubt I
Yep.
have it, but if you want to add it, yeah.
While he's doing that, Dalen's going to go to the academy to see if he can find someone to help him identify the magic wand.
Where are you going to do this?
I thought maybe the academy. Or is
Okay.
there someone I already know of that would be able to do it? I can't remember.
I don't know that you like know anyone that can do it specifically. Like, do you know of anyone? The only person you know with proper magical talents in town is the proprietor of the Sandpoint Theater, Mr. Dracus. At least of the arcane variety. Kim and then Father Xanthus are the two magically inclined people that I think you know of.
Then I'd go try Dracus first.
Okay.
See if he could identify the wand for me.
So here's the thing. He's a bard, so he can do that. Since you're the hero of Sandpoint, he'll do it for free. Consider yourself lucky, is all I'm saying.
Thank you.
Lucky that you're such a good person. Okay, yeah, he identifies it as a wand of shocking grasp.
Wow. Wow. I can't believe it that I guessed it. Because Shocking Grasp is on my mind today because I've been playing Kingmaker and as a Magus.
That's like the fucking first or second one you can get depending on what you do at the beginning of the campaign. It has 28 charges, so some of them have been used. Almost half.
Oh.
But you are the only one. Well, we have a bard now. Is that on the bard list?
No, but I can UMD it.
Well,
UMD
everyone can UMD it, but
it, yeah.
he's the only one who doesn't need to.
Actually, I need to. It's not on the list.
Dalen can use this without having to UMD. Everyone else has to UMD.
Yeah.
But like I
Yes.
said, it's something I think everyone could enjoy. It's just he would be the best off using it.
Since I don't have Shocking Grasp. If I remember correctly, Shocking Grasp was a melee spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
A touch spell.
it's a touch
Yeah.
attack, yeah. And it's
Since I
not
don't-
super good.
it's probably along the same lines of Acid Splash or Ray of Frost.
No, it's
Unless
first
you're-
level. The problem is out of a wand, it's like really, really bad.
It's only so it's you have to go up and touch the person, and then it's d6 per level up to 5, so it's 3d6 for you right now. And the only thing
No,
it really
no,
has
it's based on the wand's creator, so it's 1d6 forever. It's always made at minimum.
Oh, I actually didn't know that about wands.
Yeah, magic items are made at like potions and wands and stuff. They're all made. You can make them in theory. You could make them at a higher level if you wanted to. It would cost you more to make them. So most crafters don't. They just make them at minimum and then sell them.
So
Okay.
basically everything we get from the like that we don't make ourselves will be at the minimum.
It does say
Yes.
caster level 1 on that, so that makes sense. That implies
Yeah.
to me in the future it'll tell me different levels.
It could, yeah, it could in theory. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very fair.
So it's only gonna be a d6 of electrical damage, which you can already do with your called Astral Warp.
Oh, Astral Warp is 1d6. But no, it's a 1. Okay, yeah.
It's on the same power level as what I'm saying, but you can place that
Yeah.
in places and it has a secondary effect. This just does a d6 of electricity damage touch, and you get a +3 bonus if they're wearing metal armor or they're carrying a metal weapon. If they have metal on them, basically.
Oh, it's just +3 to the attack roll, not to the damage.
I thought I said attack roll, but if I didn't, I
Oh,
apologize.
that's maybe you did. Maybe I misheard.
Yeah, so it's easier to hit them if they have metal on them, but I don't know. This is like, if it was me with it, I would either only hold on to this for emergencies or just sell it.
I mean, I don't have too terribly powerful tag spells, and I only get 6 uses of Astral Warp a day.
It's honestly, it's less powerful than just using your Acid Splash cantrip.
Acid Splash is a D3, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
a
ranged though,
D3.
so you're not
Yeah, but
worried
it's a
about getting
ranged
hit.
attack.
It's safer for you to just do Acid Splash. Your long-term survivability is much higher not using Shocking Grasp. But if you want to, I would love to see you try and do it.
I mean-
Actually, Acid Splash could be used. There's a. I played a wizard with like a power component.
Yeah,
acid,
you can
so you get +1 damage.
+1 to damage. You can get a vial of acid, and you just hold on to it when you cast Acid Splash, and it does more damage.
Is that actually a thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's called a focus. So you use it
A
as a
power
focus for the
focus.
spell.
I'll send you the link.
And you only need one. You use it forever. It doesn't consume it. It's just something you focus on when you make your acid to make your acid more potent.
And can you, presumably you can do this for other spells?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like Ray of Frost, I think you can get it's like Alchemist Fire, but it's ice. It's like Alchemist Ice or something, and then you hold that. Most of them are alchemical items, but you just hold on to them and
Yeah, they give a +1 damage, and sometimes if you have a magical trick trait, they
So
can do more.
they give you a trait effect, but they only cost a few gold.
They give you a +1 to damage. No.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I could go take a bunch of traits right now that'll give me +1 damage to a specific type of damage, and you're telling me I can do
you
that
have to
if
hold
I
it in
just...
your hand.
That's
What's
not
it called again?
much of a penalty.
I mean, you can only you're using a cantrip and dealing +1 damage. Like it's not it's not crazy strong, unfortunately.
I can't
Just
find it
another
right
way
now.
casters are a little bit stronger than they should be.
There, alchemical reagents, power components. I'll
Nice.
post it. Like if you have alchemical grease, you can raise the DC for the grease spell, for example. Or
Yeah.
alchemist fire, you give damage. You could add anti-plague to Hero's Feast.
Oh, you can add
and
acid to the grease spell, but it's not a focus. It's a material. It gets consumed, but then that grease causes damage.
Okay.
Grease causes 1 point of acid damage per round.
It's like,
That's
these are
kinda
all
neat.
cool, but God, this kind of stuff is just more the reason I'm like, I wish someone made a fucking a fucking like RPG, like a fantasy RPG where spellcasters aren't fucking just have way more stuff in general and get progressively, like, exponentially more powerful as levels get higher.
It's
Well,
the guys who make Pathfinder like 3 of them are all wizard mains.
Of course. Why wouldn't you be? It's the most powerful class in the game.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I'll have to keep an eye, keep this list in handy for my spells. This would
Alchemical
be
regions,
very
yeah.
I
interesting.
can't believe I never knew this was a thing. I've never had anyone try and use this before.
I always forget about it because it's like it's a very niche.
And you said power components don't go away. You just keep them.
If they're
and use them forever.
focus, if they're focus, if they're material, then they are consumed.
Basically, in the list, everything with the F doesn't go. Everything with them goes.
Yeah, so some of the things are actually a bit powerful, and most of them are M. But
Yeah.
to make your cantrips deal 1d3 plus 1 damage, it's almost always F, which is fine because 1d3 plus 1 damage is still less than just firing a crossbow at things. You could just get a light crossbow and fire 1d8 damage per round at everything, basically.
But at the same time, I can't disarm an acid splash unless I have dispel.
Oh, you
Or
can.
an
You just have to
anti-magic
stand
field.
beside him and then
That's the same for
hit him.
crossbow.
Even if you hit him while he's firing the crossbow, he still shoots you. If you hit him when he's firing the acid splash, there's a really good chance he doesn't fire it.
I could use acid for dispel magic. I never knew that.
I could disarm a crossbow. I could burn it. I could break it.
Yeah, but it's only for Earth spell. Okay.
And that's honestly all the different ways you can fuck with a material based character versus a caster. There are so many more for someone who's not a magic user.
Yeah. Most people don't like disarm and sunder.
Now, my
It's like
question:
the unspoken rule.
could I use a power component on a spell used through items?
For
No.
what?
I don't
No,
think.
I don't think so.
What'd you say?
Trying to figure out if I could use a power component on an item-based spell, like
But-
scrolls.
I don't know. I'd need to read this thing. I was just looking at the different effects.
I think
It's from the players. It's
I
from the
assume not because they're
handbook.
used as a component.
Yeah, I assume so too. I just thought of that and I couldn't resist but ask.
anyways, yeah, first level shocking grasp wand is pretty
We went on a little tangent there.
yeah, the power of the shocking grasp is that it scales up to 5d6, which makes it pretty good at 5d6. It's decent. But at 1d6 it's just like it's a cantrip basically for the first
That's-
level.
That's exactly
Spell
what
slot.
Shocking Grasp is in D&D. Is the cantrip.
Yeah.
But even then, in D&D, cantrips can scale too with your level.
Cantrips are good in D&D. Cantrips
Yeah.
much lower, I'd say, to be honest.
Yeah.
much lower.
Actually, in
You feel
when
stronger.
you compare second edition and fifth edition D&D and second edition Pathfinder, it's still more magical in Pathfinder second edition than fifth edition D&D. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Can I also pick up some alchemical stuff? I will go to the Pillog's pantry. I require thunderstones.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and offer to sell the
It's happening again.
haha, but have they done breach and clear yet?
Breach and clear, breach and clear.
Oh. Mm.
Eat.
But
Tango foot bag.
no, that's fine. Just
And
within
then
reason when it comes to volume.
there was one more thing I wanted. I can't remember what it's called.
Sack of potatoes.
It is called Holy Weapon Bomb.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like an oil you put on your weapon, and you get Ghost Touch for one attack.
That seems fine.
I think I think I'm gonna go ahead and sell the wine to the proprietor.
Okay.
See if he would be willing to take it off my hands.
Just put it in the party sheet, and I put some other crap in there if you guys want, just like a few things of Adrian's.
A silver dagger.
If anyone wants them, cool. If not, I'll just sell them.
Ooh, I might go ahead and replace my regular dagger with a silver dagger if nobody else wants it. That way, if we come across werewolves or something, I have something there.
Yeah, just take it, man.
We come across werewolves, we are in all kinds of trouble.
Well, at this level, at least.
Potion of Cure Light.
You just gotta be smarter than the werewolves, guys.
Or faster
I feel
than
like
the guy
smarter is
behind
more
you.
likely.
or faster than the guy behind you.
Most and come on, like, why do we have to, like, let's not be racist, guys. Not all were creatures are werewolves.
Oh no.
Some are werebears.
You
They're
should probably
bears,
take
they're dwarves.
that Cure Light, Will. Dalen.
Do what?
The Cure Light wounds. I think everybody else can heal themselves.
Yeah.
Probably hold on to that in case of emergency.
Cool.
I don't know why people get cure light wounds potions and never like use them or to get them.
No, dude, because you might need it in the next fight.
Yeah.
They're basically the cheapest potion there is. And
What are they? 10 gold? 25?
50.
That's more than I thought.
Yeah, there's some price to it. It's not the cheapest. I honestly think Anamara might use that armor. So I'm thinking I just need to double check, see what armor she has. Oh no, that's actually worse than hers. She has Lamlar. I mean, higher dex, potentially long term, better.
Masterwork.
I'm just gonna get rid of it for now.
Yeah, I'd say I could keep it, but I don't have armor proficiency, so I don't need it.
And again, her dex is only +3. Yeah, we'll take it. It doesn't. I don't know. I feel weird saying whether or not it'll. Right now, it's not better. I'll obviously I'll talk to Calvin sometime this week and see what he has to say if he thinks he would rather have that. But for now, there's your money. And I'm gonna have I'm positive I'll have someone in to replace Tom by next session. So I will just redistribute the wealth to all of you from him whenever that happens.
Ba, ba, ba.
But you guys should have more money though. Like a collective 470 gold amongst the players. Please tell me I put our new friend on the party sheet.
No, you did not.
Nope. Okay, nice. Nice.
Actually,
Actually,
if
you do.
you
Wait.
don't have to give me the money from that.
Yeah, that's fine. That was all on purpose.
Oh, you did give some of the gold to Ion.
I know.
He just said that he would redistribute it
Oh.
to us.
Okay.
I shouldn't be, but I'm giving Tom the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he was in like a car crash or went on vacation and forgot to tell us. I'm looking for people, but if he says something, then he can come back.
I don't get it. I mean, his computer is working, at least, or whatever.
You know,
His
he's
Discord is up.
been at his computer and or phone multiple times this week. He's just not responding.
Okay then.
Okay. What is I know we got some.
Can I just drag things out of my inventory into the party sheet?
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
What? Perfect. What?
Try to remember who gave me the hooded lantern. Was it Adrian or Amanara?
Adrian.
Adrian did. Yeah.
I'm going to keep it since it was his.
This guy.
And you could probably put in 5 pints of oil. Adrian had.
He didn't give it to him.
Yeah, yeah. Right. Then you have 1 pint of oil in the lunch.
He'll have to get more oil. There's a couple more items we could sell in the party sheet.
I was
The
just waiting to
Masterwork
see if
hand
people
axe and the
were.
longsword.
I was just waiting to see if people were throwing anything else in there. I didn't know if you were finished.
Let me see.
I think the hand axe will be worth. Oh, weird. Bottles of water. When did we get all suave?
What?
Sorry. My girlfriend just handed me a bottle of water. And I was like, that's fucking weird.
Come on, man! You got to use reusable cups. Save the environment.
Yeah, I mean, I live in Canada. I just drink tap water, but
Exactly.
apparently,
Must be nice.
I don't live in Canada, but I do the same thing. God, get off your fucking pedestal, Canadian.
I got the cleanest drinking water in the world, brother. Bring it on.
Well, I do it, and it's probably fucking contaminated. Weird flex, but okay.
Weird flex, yeah. Okay, let's look at armor. What kind of armor can I get? I could get armor that costs almost 500 gold.
I'm going to go get something for myself to drink while you have a shopping session.
Okay. Yeah, I
For
didn't
5
know this
minutes.
was gonna happen, honestly.
I'm
No,
good to
no
go
problem.
whenever. I'm just looking at stuff while we
I'll be back
hang
in
out.
a minute.
Okay.
I finished my shopping list while we were talking about the goblin champions and camps.
Well, okay. Okay, so I guess Aerodel, Dalen, is there anything else you want to get done in town?
I want to do a quick shop as well. I'm just looking through. I want to try to. Now that I know about power components, I'm gonna make use of them.
Probably a good idea.
So let me see. Everything's at 25% price, right?
Yeah.
In town. Let's see. Trying to find what helped me with my ray of frost. I know acid, but
So-
there's also ray of frost.
Sometimes when I like increase the height of my chair, it'll just after a few minutes, it'll just slowly fucking fall down. Like this is a brand new fucking chair, man. I haven't even had this 6 months.
Rough.
But it's not regular either. Like I don't know what it is. Like sometimes it won't do it for like a week or two, and then suddenly it's like today I've had to readjust it like 5 or 6 times.
All right, I'm back.
Hey,
Welcome back.
was there anything that Wigbeard wanted to do in town before he meets up with the group?
Not really. I bought everything I think I would need.
I'm not restricting you to shopping.
Okay, then. He's going to go and look at the old light.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, he's very interesting in it.
It honestly is a giant pile of shit unless you know what it is. It just looks like an ancient building that has collapsed in on itself. The rumor mill is that it's an ancient lighthouse from back in the Thessalonian days. If you're in the know when it comes to knowing a few people within the region that know this information, then you would know that there's a deeper theory to this conspiracy that
Probably he would know. I mean, he's a.
that it's supposedly some ancient siege weapon, and there are what the fuck are those metal things you use to climb up the side of walls to like secure your rope?
Pythons, however you.
Yeah, there's some
pronounce
there's
that.
some pitons in the side of the wall. It looks like someone's set out like a track. If you threw your rope in there, it'd be a lot easier to get up and down if you want to go try and get inside of this ancient lighthouse.
He would like to first stay there a little, like, and sketch in his journal the look of the lighthouse, and then I don't know. Is there any reason why he would climb up? Is there anything interesting that he heard about it, except that?
No, like people don't go inside it. It's a really treacherous climb. So the fact that there is one is kind of absurd, to be honest.
Okay, then.
Like this is a structure that people shouldn't even be standing close to. But for
He
some
will
reason, there's
finish sketching
multiple.
the lighthouse, the light in his sketchbook, close it up, and go. I'm guessing to the tavern to try to find them.
Okay.
I don't know. I
I was imagining your introduction would be more direct and not you having to be like, hey, where can I find the group? I figured we were gonna skip that part.
Yeah, we can skip that part.
Just whenever you think it would be appropriate for you to introduce yourself to the group, then you can.
Okay, then.
I guess the
Where are the
question
guys? Like,
is, what is the main group doing right now that you've done
yeah.
your shopping montage?
Dalen just kind of after he finishes doing a little bit of shopping, just kind of saunters his way. back to the Rusty Dragon. Check up on. I done forgot her name. Son of a bitch.
Anamara.
No,
Oh,
Amara's
Amiko.
with you.
Miko. Yeah.
I don't understand what I have done wrong. Please tell me.
Why?
Why? Why is it that both of my Rise of the Runelords groups, like, fucking always forget Amiko's name, even though she is the biggest reoccurring character?
I don't do it on purpose. My memory with names is it. Yeah.
You know, the best way to overcome having a bad memory with names is to stop thinking you have a bad memory with names.
That is like, it sounds super dumb, but it's so true.
It's
'Cause I used
basically
to-
like it's like having a lisp.
If you convince yourself that you're not going to remember somebody's name, you won't.
I did that for years, and then like within the last year, I stopped using that excuse, and I like have legitimately just gotten better at like remembering shit.
True story.
I think it's because you like subconsciously are like, okay, I don't need to remember this. It's not as important.
Yeah, you make it not important because you assume you'll forget it.
Okay, so you guys go back to the Rusty Dragon, and Amiko's not there. Bethana is though.
But in the common room, you see a 3 foot 4 gnome with a chestnut complexion.
Get it away! I'm
So-
just kidding.
Why does he stick out
He's
when compared?
bald with a large nose which rests a pair of spectacles, and he's peering around very curiously.
It's the football shape.
On his head, on his, in opposition to his bald head, you can see a big, voluminous, forked beard that is like neon blue, like neon blue. Let me move the map so I can read what I.
Just another freaking gnome.
Yeah,
So tell me, why does he stick out in the crowd?
because he has giant blue beard. You can see him. He's wearing like studded leather armor with colorful purple clothes showing from beneath the sleeves. He has a backpack filled with gear, and on his head, you can see resting a tiny white bunny with wings, and he's like just sitting on his head and sleeping.
I feel like that's the thing that makes you stick out, because your beard is just as vibrant as any other gnome that has a beard.
Yeah.
Like, they all have bright ass colors for some stupid fucking reason. I'm sorry, I think I told you this, but I just
Yeah,
I hate
yeah,
gnomes.
I know.
Your character seems cool, but he's a gnome.
I don't know. I like everything, even gnomes and halflings.
Halflings are fine, but that's Token's fault. He didn't have. I don't
Yeah.
remember gnomes in the Lord of the Rings.
I don't think so. I can't remember.
They probably existed. They just weren't very there.
They were from previous age.
Yeah. Maybe halflings came from gnomes or
Yeah.
something. Whatever those ancestor the Smeagol was.
They were wiped out by the orcs.
Maybe
Yeah.
they were just short elves.
Because of their bushy, vibrant beards.
That's what it was. The dwarves were jealous, so they killed all the gnomes.
Yeah.
I said orcs, but okay.
Oh, my
He
bad.
like turns around and sees you guys coming in, and like measures you like over, and he asks, "Hello there. Might you be the heroes of Sandpoint?" I can do an accent even if I died with a gun to my head. The only thing I could do is once when I played Catfolk, and then I did the Khajiit accent
Okay,
from
so
Elder
accent
Scrolls.
and your like speech pattern aren't the same thing. Everyone can adjust their speech pattern. I totally understand not being able to do an accent in a second language, but
Yeah.
if you want to mess with your speech pattern, I know you can.
Okay, I'll
Aerodel
try.
will bend his knees slightly and offer you a handshake. That is us.
He
Who are you, friend?
appreciates.
He
My
gets
name
into
is
his
Bing.
fighting small people stance.
I am Wigbeard Fiddlestump. Recently out of Magnimar. I will try.
You hail from Magnamar. Have you by chance seen soldiers coming this way on your way here?
No, I don't think so.
Uh,
But then I wasn't very attentive. I was in a hurry. Cool whip. I can't do that. Like Stewie from Family Guy.
Stupid.
Can't do it like. I mean, yeah. And you see like the bunny, like blinking its eyes and flapping its little wings and staring at you.
Oh, how adorable. I try to pet it.
Does it have
Here it
pupils?
lets you.
It bites me?
Oh, it lets you pet it.
Oh, it lets you. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, adorable.
Does it have pupils?
I don't know if rabbits have pupils, but
No,
I
rabbits
think
do. I
I'm going
just
to
can't
say
tell
that
if your
his eyes
portrait
are
does.
of the same color of Big Beard's beard, or black completely, as in the picture. Like he doesn't have pupils.
It's all pupil. He's on drugs.
Yeah, he's just done a bunch of cocaine. That's why he's
Yeah.
white.
Just like the gnome, they're both on drugs.
And he and the bunny swats Big Beard, and and he looks up like over his eyebrows, like and this is King Zin.
Aerodel will bow slightly lower with his knees and offer a handshake to King Zin. Hello, Your Majesty.
He will offer you his hand, and like you can see in the look that he's like, this is the minimum you should do.
with a coy smile on his face.
Yeah.
I follow suit with a slight curtsy.
The bunny looks you over and just like regally nods his head.
God King. It has become more powerful. Our worship was all he needed.
Next thing you know, a deep ethereal voice just comes out of him.
This is officially an ongoing gag. This bunny is now royalty, and he's smarter than everyone in the party. I'm pretty sure. Or at least he will be pretty soon.
Oh god! Imagine giving him one of the intelligent boosting items, and he becomes just genius.
Well, I did not take out his ability to speak other languages with his archetype. So I think he will be able to speak any language Big Beard knows sometimes later. Okay, so I'm going to try to change my speech pattern.
I think by maybe 13th level, he'll be like the smartest person in the party or something.
Then for Big Beard, it will be 15th because he's
15th.
2 levels lower. He has
So
him
at the
at
end of the
2
campaign.
levels lower.
I see. Yeah.
I think this one ends at like 16. We'll go fight the
Okay,
big
then,
bad
so-
boss, and you'll have the smartest bunny in the
Rabbit.
world.
Not like this. He's just smarter than us because nobody's an int-based character. Oh wait, no, Animar's always going to be smarter than him. I
Yeah.
forgot Animar's an int-based character.
He always
I
going to
take
be.
back everything.
What's the max int for
He'll go up to
another-
like 15 or something, 15 or 16.
Oh, okay, then yeah, she will be. She's like 18 right now.
Yeah.
Like after the greetings, he will cut to the chase. A good a correspondent of mine that lives here. What's his name? Damn it.
Damn names.
Starts looking through notes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brother Quink, if you know him. He said you were acquiring about Thessalonian symbology.
I will defer to Dalen.
I'm trying to remember what all.
So Animar is the one who's talked with Quink the most,
Right.
and she's the
Yeah.
only one that he actually has any faith in maybe being a decent person. Pretty much everyone else that she's brought around has been some degree of horrible. She was the only reasonable person that showed up multiple times.
I'm going to excuse myself and go to the bar and order King's Inn some food and drink.
Damn it, this would be better if if Animara was played by someone
Yeah.
rather than just hovering there.
I mean, I think like when you bring up Roderick Crink, she like I can role play for her, but I'm just gonna give you like a quick synopsis, so I'm not slowing us down a bunch. She,
Yeah.
Unless you guys would prefer the other way, that's your call.
I mean, we could start a conversation in Thessalonian and see if he can follow along, Dalen.
Oh, that is a good idea. That sounds like an Anamara strategy right there, because she's tested people with that before.
Let's so yeah, I'll turn to the gnome and be like, oh, you speak Thessalonian in Thessalonian.
Let me see just
He's done goofed. He's
No.
done.
We've called your bluff, you spy.
Never trust a gnome.
You have Thessalonian, it's under notes.
I know,
Okay.
but I'm typing it off.
Okay.
So who came?
Everyone.
Yeah, like
Everyone
literally
here.
everyone in the party.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone. That you guys can use that as a secret language, though in this campaign that sounds like a bad idea.
Honestly, I feel like it'll work out for the most part, all the way until like we run into anyone that matters, and then it won't.
Okay, guys. Don't know we're
Like, I doubt the-
approaching.
I doubt the
Yeah,
goblins speak Thessalonian, you know?
Every single Thistletop goblin knows Thessalonian. You just haven't talked to them in Thessalonian.
That's fair, to be honest. We have not done that. I haven't talked to them in anything. I only speak to them in violence. Goddamn abominations.
Oh god, you
Like-
guys didn't do it in this campaign, but my other group, they're cutting the ears off and selling them.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, you could be
God.
doing that.
Oh,
That sounds like a good quick get rich quick scheme.
Matt was doing that. He was putting their ears on a necklace, right?
This is different, but yes, there was ear cutting.
Wait, why? Who's buying goblin ear and why?
Down at the Goblin Squash stables. You guys never found out about it. So he actually, if you go to his stables, like the main thing you'll notice is that at the entrance to it, the barn is just covered in a bunch of goblin ears that have been preserved and nailed to different rafters.
I want you to know I have a list of things to purchase that aren't currently pertinent, and one of them is to go to the stables and get some donkeys and a cart. So this will happen. You could save it.
They actually went around and like were questioning people for stuff, and they found a notice board like with it on it. So that's how they found out about it. But
Give me your goblin ears. I'm a freak.
yeah,
Call-
the owner, he has like a seething hatred for goblins. It's called the Goblin Squash Stables for a reason.
True.
He's his hatred of goblins is actually, if you read the description for it as the GM, it says it's legendary in Sandpoint.
Well, Mr. Wigbeard, at this point, I assume we're just all speaking in Thessalonian. Like, well, Mr.
Yeah.
Mr. Wigbeard,
That's
you
so
you
rude.
appear to have your qualifications. Unfortunately, I don't know what to say for Anamara. Like, Anamara's indisposed. But if you wanted to hang around until she was herself again,
Oh, she would definitely be inquiring about like your academic knowledge and who sent you here specifically. Those would be the two big things. What you know about the Thessalonian culture, and if you've talked with anyone in town about it.
look around, shifty eyes,
No, he doesn't.
sneak away.
Well, the thing is, I am a student of history. Actually, I want to write. Oh God. I am currently employed in the Museum of Ages in Magnimar, and my mentor, Dr. Ernst Landis, if you have heard of him, I'm sure you have, has said that I reached the point where I could probably write my own doctor thesis. So hearing rumors coming from Sandpoint about somebody inquiring about Tasselon, which of course outside of the academic circles doesn't happen quite often, I made my way here to see, of course, the old light, and if I could maybe follow up on them.
Well, I also
He's
happen to
like
be a
looking at you hopefully, like without a sense motive check or something like that. You can see that he's hoping that the rumors pan out and that he didn't come this way for nothing.
well. I can assure you that I too happen to be a bit of a interested party when it comes to Thessalonian culture and in their history.
Excellent, he claps his hands. Uh, well, maybe we could exchange notes.
We can tell you about all the difference, all kinds of interesting stuff we've just recently uncovered while investigating a closet lair that was discovered beneath the city.
He like, I'm presuming we are sitting. He's like, his hand slap on the. A new discovery underneath Sandpoint. This is most excellent. If you have the time, I would like to go and see it for myself.
I take a
He's
glance over at
really like excited.
I mean, it should be safe now. We can.
hopefully, as long as no other demonic creatures decide to start using that. What was it called again? Dominar said a name.
The Sinhole, Sinwell, Runewell, something.
Ruinwell.
Runewell.
Would Wingbeard know what a rune well is?
Give me a knowledge arcana or knowledge history check.
I'm going to give you a knowledge history check because I have plus 13 there. And a natural 20.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you know, Ruin Well is an item that Thessalonian mages used to use. Like, you pretty much know everything about it. Someone dies within a mile of one of these ruin wells, if they embody the sin that this ruin well represents, then they add a pool of resources to the ruin well, and then if enough resources are in it, someone can put a few drops of blood in there, and it will summon a sin spawn of that variety. And
He like raises his eyebrow. An active rune well.
Not
That's
active
strange.
anymore. Well, I suppose it is, but it's been drained of its power.
We made
Oh,
sure of that.
that's good. He like put his hands on his chest and sighs.
if
Those
you,
things can get pretty bad pretty quickly.
it's actually pretty important that you know what sin it was. So I think that would be a question that Wigbeer would be curious about.
Yeah, I was going to just ask us.
Okay.
I'm going to ask about the statue. Actually, I'm going to go at it a little in a roundabout way. So you mentioned that a statue that you found down there. Could you describe it to me? And like he would like to know how it looks like, and then try to remember if he remembers anything about the person.
You're talking about the statue of Lamashtu?
No, I'm talking about the statue that we found at Ransurin, made
Oh,
of red stones.
with the
Let
glaive
me
thing.
check my notes. Yeah. I
The
don't
book
think
and the glaive.
anybody identified that
Nope.
Nope.
because I'm looking through my notes right
Yeah,
now.
so I guess
And
how good of a description can your characters give of said statue?
I stand up from the table. I can give you the best. I can give you the best description possible. Please follow me.
well, that's exciting, isn't it, Zin? And Bunny yawns.
Buddy, did they ever bring Zin food? Food and drink for the bunny?
You guys have only been here like a few minutes. You guys
Like
haven't
maybe
even been
10
here
minutes,
that
15
long.
minutes.
I'll have to go to the bar and ask them to save it for when we get back. We shouldn't be too long.
And like, are you guys really doing this right now? You don't think like the mayor should know what's going on in her city?
But we told her what was going on, and then we went and dealt with it
You didn't tell her everything that's going on in this fucking cathedral or this
You didn't
catacomb.
report back.
in the
Or we
tavern.
didn't. No, we didn't. Like, I think she said last time that we should deal with it and then report back to her, or something like that.
We
Or
dealt
at
with
least
it.
I assume that.
We dealt with it, and then we needed a rest. And now
I
we're
know,
gonna
but now
deal
you're
with it some
going
more.
back like
She still thinks we're down there. It doesn't matter if we go back.
No, it doesn't actually matter when it comes to her perspective of you, unless one of the guards in town that knows where you're supposed to be sees you there. Somehow she finds out, but that's just a possibility.
Yeah, we went to go get our historian to look at something instead of,
I'm just saying
coming
it's
and
kind
telling
of
you
a
we
dick
didn't know something.
move that you have like information that could be of use to her, and you're choosing not to give it to her.
We have no information. We killed everything.
She doesn't know there's a giant demonic fucking church underneath her town with a ruin well in it.
It's deactivated.
How about this?
It doesn't have any souls inside of it. It's not deactivated.
Same thing. Same.
No, it's
Same,
not.
Since it's safe enough, Dalen will go ahead and offer to report back to the mayor while Aradale escorts Wigbeard down to the temple.
You're gonna let me go back to the church at death? The church at death with the fucking leprechaun? Are you kidding me?
And Anamara will go, obviously.
And
Have you
there's
not seen the first two movies? They're actually scary. It's only movies 3 through 10 where it's a joke.
Oh, perfect.
Pretty good, right?
Boo.
You're a paladin. You should
I'm
be
not
fine.
racist, okay? Gnomes are just weird.
Mischievous. They always have weird
Can't
colored
trust 'em.
hair.
They
Don't
do
trust 'em.
illusions and stuff. They trick you into thinking that their men are women and their women are men.
I think something very specific happened to you. What kind of establishment were you in when this happened?
It's like going to Taiwan. You never know what's happening with gnomes.
Hmm.
Oh my god!
God.
I was just hinting, but if you want to beat it with a stick, you do what you want.
But this is a funny. No, we're on Twitch. Is this live?
Yeah, that's on the internet, and you're never gonna get it back.
I'm getting cancel cultured right now. It's happening. I've gone too far. Anyways,
The army of Karens is marching to your doorstep as we speak.
we'll split
FBI,
into-
open up!
We'll split up. Send somebody to go tell the mayor that we're going back in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I figures we could.
Split the party. Yay!
Okay.
We're going to a place we've already visited, so there shouldn't be much of a problem. I hope.
And then 3D quasits wait for us down there.
Yeah. We just roll a d6 real quick.
It's fine. I went and bought javelins.
They're cold iron javelins.
So
They're not.
I'll take Wigbeard, Animara, hopefully, and like maybe Ion if he's still
Nah.
around.
Ion is off doing Ion stuff.
Sounds good. So me,
He's
Animara,
making
and
sure that
Wigbeard
Adrian's okay.
will head back head back down to the statue.
Okay.
Well, I make my way to the garrison, which is where we last saw the mayor.
Okay. We will start off with the stuff with the mayor.
Okay.
Much faster to get to. Maybe not much, but definitely a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to Garrison, and you see the mayor in there. She isn't mulling over maps anymore. You actually see her going through like a book. She's scribbling stuff down, doing some kind of writing.
I just give a slight knock on the door.
Yeah, she looks up and says, "Come in."
Hello, Mayor. We returned from the tunnels.
This is interesting. Where are the rest of your companions?
Well, we went to stop by the Rusty Dragon for a quick breather when we encountered a curious-looking gnome with blue beard, who was fascinated by who was also fascinated by Thessalonian culture and wanted to go investigate where we just were. So Aradel and Amanara decided to escort him down there, while I decided it'd be best to split off and report to you real quick.
There's a ruin below Sandpoint.
Yes.
Is
Yeah, it is.
this what was referenced in the journal?
Yes, the Quasit's lair. It turns out that it's an entire temple.
You know who
Temple
it's dedicated to?
We believe it was dedicated to Lamashtu.
Oh my lords.
And it turned out that it was also an ancient Thessalonian ruin that the Quasit had taken hold of as her own, and we discovered what's called a ruin well, if you ever heard of it.
Not heard of a ruin well.
It's it is active, and it is capable of collecting souls of those who have died, representing the sin of wrath. And if enough souls are collected within the well, a few drops of blood will unleash demonic horrors called sin spawn, which are under I'm assuming the command of whatever dropped the blood in.
We found that not to be true.
Did we?
Yeah. Animara summoned them and they attacked us.
They didn't
Well, it
attack
attacked-
her though.
It attacked me.
That's
It
fair,
attacked the
to be
first
honest.
thing that was standing right in front of it.
And
Technically, I think you attacked it before it could get up.
Yeah.
And we murderized it.
Also
Completely.
true.
we're not exactly sure how the targeting works. And just like, how many exits are there for this cathedral?
Looked like there
One
was
second.
just
Can you hear me eat?
no, not
Okay.
right now.
Okay then. Because I don't want to mess up anything.
Oh, I
No.
don't know if it started with you guys last week or if it started with my Monday group, so I'm going to bring it up and you can yell at me to stop if it started with you guys. I have readjusted my audio in the last week, my whole audio setup. So if there's any weird background noise, or if I like don't immediately respond to something you're saying, it's because I'm adjusting audio levels. So I apologize if that's happened so far today.
No,
I
mean,
don't think
I
nothing
can hear the. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I can hear you perfectly and no background noise.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Fortunately
was
for you
gonna-
guys, so far there hasn't been anyone. My soon-to-be stepdad, he has been practicing guitar because he's gonna start up a new band soon, and the last 2 days no one's been able to hear it. But he hasn't played today yet, so I haven't had to ask you guys. But that's what reminded me was me worrying that he might play his guitar soon. Yeah, she doesn't know what a rune well is. She asked about the exits, and that's where we left off. You're about to tell her about how many exits there were.
Yeah. There was only one exit that we could find. It's the one that leads to the tunnel where we found the beneath the glassworks. We found what looked like another couple of tunnels that lead out, but they were both collapsed in, so we couldn't explore any further.
No means for anything to get in or out of them.
Doesn't look like it unless something big and strong enough to move the rubble comes by.
I'm worried about goblins. Do you think they could squeeze through?
No, there's barely just enough room in the rubble for air to pass through. I don't think we'll have any problems with goblins.
Did you find any goblins down in this cathedral?
This temple there were none that we could
There
find.
was one.
Just the one, but it was horribly mutated, practically beyond recognition.
I only need details if you think it's a goblin of some importance. I expect a temple of Lamashtu to have twisted beings in it. You can see that like she has a pretty disgusted look on her face.
Did we know? Do we know what the goblin? That a goblin was a champion.
I think that's up to you guys whether or not you could draw those lines, connect the dots.
Trying to remember what it
Three-armed.
was down there that we found exactly.
Three-armed
of character.
goblin with a sword or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the rumor for Corvus, the goblin you guys, or Corvus, whatever his stupid name is, was that he disappeared somewhere along the coast in a cave for this like hideout / treasure trove he found, and he's like a stubborn asshole who wields a large size sword. So, question is, did you draw that connection to the goblin you fought?
I don't know. Is there any kind of skill check that we could make to help that out?
I mean, I
Determine
guess
that?
you could just roll an intelligence one if you want it to be completely arbitrary. Just raw intelligence.
Yeah, just to see if he would be able to make that kind of connection.
Well, it's supposed to be RP, but if you don't want to RP it, then just roll. Give me
I mean,
intelligence.
I am
Well,
now
I'm-
using the sword. It was largely sized.
Like this
I'm
is a
just-
player
I'm-
agency thing. It's up to you.
Right.
If you
Well,
want to make it a random roll, you can.
that's the thing. I don't know if Dalen would have that kind of understanding of Corvus to be able to make the connection. So yeah, I'm gonna
Just
go
make
ahead.
it an arbitrary roll then.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make it a roll to see what his mind comes up with, which was a 12.
I'm gonna say no.
No. So yeah, but he does describe the goblin
Yeah.
in as good a detail as he can. See if she comes up with anything.
Yeah. I'll give her basically the same idea. Because she didn't know anything about these goblin heroes until, like, she knows they exist, but she didn't know all of them until you guys were all given the information the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she draws the connection either.
Okay.
Is there anything dangerous still down there?
Not that we could discover. No, we discovered a Vargul and some undead and sin spawn we discovered or discussed earlier. But they were all already dealt with. Unfortunately, I could say the well, for what we could gather, the well is still active, though currently emptied. So if there's a way that we could get uh, according to Amanara, in order to completely deactivate a ruined well, it requires to fill the well with holy water, as well as a few other holy incantations made.
Do you remember
Is
how
there any way we
ridiculous
could
that was to actually achieve?
what?
You remember how ridiculous that was to actually achieve?
Yes.
Okay, then why are you bringing this up?
See if maybe she could go. She could uh inquire to the cathedral about doing it, because we made that mention to possibly getting the priests.
Yeah, and then the next session I told you it was like literally impossible. Like he's a priest of a small cathedral. He's not like the fucking pope. He's like a level 4 cleric.
Well, maybe she could. Maybe she could make send a writ to
Sure, if
cathedrals in some of the bigger cities like
if you
Magdamar.
give her specifications, she can look into it.
Yeah, you can look into it.
But you're not giving her specifications. Right now you're giving her a fucking glimmer of hope before you crush her dreams.
Basically, all I'm basically saying, going to tell her is that it can be permanently deactivated, but it's going to require a lot of resources.
Then
How's
she
that?
would ask how many, how much of what. She wants to know how to deal with the problem.
Well, Amanar told us everything that the party that we need to know to completely deactivate it, right?
Yeah.
I basically just write down all the requirements on a piece of paper and just kind of give it to her.
Okay.
Hand her a check with like
Yeah.
5 zeros on it. Like,
So like
Just
you
a to-do list.
you give her that check and she like, even though she doesn't know all the divine aspects of it, she can tell you from like just an economical standpoint that this is impossible. And she would suggest that once you guys are finished with it, you come let her know, and she will immediately go talk to the Carpenters Guild and a couple other people in town, and they're just gonna seal off the tunnel system at multiple points, so people would have a very hard time getting in here. And then she's gonna station guards.
Okay. Is there any way you could just seal off the ruin well itself? Because the rest of the temple, I admit, as a scholar, as a bit of a scholarly sort, I find a couple of the things there to be of a
That's
historical interest.
completely off the table at the moment. It is a temple of Lamash 2 that literally emanates evil and represents a direct opposition to living things. So it needs to be sealed off until further notice. And it's not just
when
going to
did the
be
mayor
the...
get so practical? Everybody else is like, ooh, Lamashtu's not that bad. The mayor's like, no, that's evil. Get rid of it.
And it's not just going to be the temple that's sealed off. It's also going to be the other split in the fork, and then in the direction of the basement for the glassworks. And this actually means there's going to be some like red tape that Amiko's going to have to navigate. Because her building has a direct connection to an evil temple. So there might be some legal ramifications just for being next to that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she's having a really horrible last few days.
Now she's about to have an even worse few more.
Like her
When it rains, it pours.
her estranged brother shows up, tells her
Almost
that her life is going to be fucked here soon, and it's partially his fault that her town got ambushed by goblins. Then has her beat after he, offers to be like, hey, come be evil mercenaries with me. And then finds out her dad's dead, and now she has to take care of, and this is the least shitty thing, now she has to take care of the family business. And
the
now...
family business has a tunnel that leads directly to the temple of an evil god.
Yeah. Fuck, this is like the worst time to be Amiko right now. I think this is literally the worst point in her life right now.
Oh god.
You don't know the half of it. Actually, I don't want to spoil anything. If you know about the other AP.
Yeah, and she basically says, "Hey, no spoilers there, mister."
Okay.
Shh, shh. And she says that like if you guys have completely explored it, the most she can give you is the few hours it'll take to get everyone she needs to seal off these tunnels, because number one priority is sealing that temple off, and they'll work backwards from that.
Very well. That's all the information I can give you at the moment. That's all we know about the temple. That is everything, right?
I mean, no, but it's hard to be like, what would you like to tell them? Glaring miscommunication, at least in my opinion, is that you said there wasn't anything of threat, like that was, potentially threatening down there. But there's
at the moment. I said at the moment. The well's empty.
I mean, she's made some assumptions, but like, you didn't mention the fact that there's a pool of unholy water down there. I mean, you did bring up the ruin wall, which is definitely the biggest threat.
There's also potentially something lower, right?
Yeah, you brought up both the stairwells, which is definitely worrying. But you didn't have any more information to provide about that. Multiple of you, and by multiple I mean just one person, heard the sounds of howling dogs below your feet shortly after entering the cathedral.
Which I believe was Almanara, wasn't it?
It was Eridel.
Was it Eridel who heard it?
Yeah, it was like a will save or something weird.
Okay. Well, he's not here, and unless you shared that kind of information.
I did. I asked if anybody else heard it, and then nobody did, and I was like, there was howling like a dog from below.
And those are like the two things I can think of. I mean, there's minor stuff you could talk about. Never brought up that there was like a floaty room with a bunch of like electricity going around that formulated words. I think that would have put her on edge.
I mean, I mean, I I didn't remember everything, so I would
Yeah.
say that I would have mentioned everything that seemed important
Okay.
regarding the tunnels and the cathedral. So I would have said, I don't remember a lot of this stuff because it was a few weeks ago and a lot has happened since
Yeah.
then. So
That's fair.
I would make note that I would have mentioned a lot of this stuff to her.
Okay. Yeah, and she basically just says like, you have a few hours. I'm going to get members from the Carpenters Guild and a few other places, and as soon as they can get down there, we're going to start bricking up the cathedral.
Okay. And I kind of just bow my head and take my leave.
Okay, and then we'll hop over to everyone else down in the cathedral. What are we doing down there?
Well, Big Beard is being extra annoying, asking about everything and anything. What did they fight? What did they find?
Yes, I
Uh,
took the easier job.
like he's non-stop bombarding you with questions. And by the way, he's taking notes about everything that you found there, and he wants you to give him a complete tour.
So I guess we would take you to the statue
Here is
first.
the statue of an angry lady that we don't know anything about.
Yeah, he looks at it and
Nobody knows nothing about.
snaps his finger as 4 balls of light start circling around the statue, and he's like going around it and trying to recognize who it is.
You can give me a knowledge history check.
Good luck, brother.
Let's see, I have a plus 13, so I'm not too bad. Probably not.
Yeah, you don't know who this is.
She seems familiar, but I'm not quite sure who this is.
We'll head down to the Shrine of Lamashtu,
Ugh, nasty thing.
into the temple, to the
And to
rune
the temple.
well.
Well, this is fascinating. He adjusts his uh, glasses like when seeing the rune well, and then like leaning over it to look into the waters or whatever it is, lava, magic lava.
You still never got what, or did you get the sin? Oh, one of them told you the sin, didn't they?
Anamara told
Uh,
us the sin.
No, I meant like told
Not
Wigbeard.
sure. Oh,
I don't think he has been told up to this point.
yeah, not really sure.
Big Beard hasn't been told, but
I mean,
I guess
surely he's here now. He might know.
No, it's not something you
Come
can tell
on,
by just looking.
master historian.
I guess he could look at the bodies and make an educated guess.
I will look at the bodies and make an educated guess.
In that case, asking for a check from you.
Which one?
Knowledge and engineering?
Well,
That's not high enough to know.
Don't you get a
it's not
free
really.
like 20 or something on a knowledge check?
If I take my time to examine their like anatomy and maybe I could take a 10 or something.
So taking 10,
think
taking
it's
20 generally represents spending 10 or 20 times the amount uninterrupted doing whatever the activity is.
Well,
that's taking 20. Taking 10 is just something you do when you're not distracted. It doesn't take any extra time. You just can't do it in combat.
I can. Let's say because I have time, I'm very invested in this. Toys Wigbeard is invested in this. He will study, take sketches of everything, of the statue, of the ruin well, of the sin spawn. I presume he can take 20 then.
So you as a you're a archivist, right?
No, archaeologist.
Oh, you're an archaeologist bard. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. So you can't take 20 on a knowledge check. It's not possible. It's just specifically the archivist that can.
Okay then.
So you
Anyway,
can't take 20 on anything that has a consequence for failure. So any knowledge check, if you fail it, you don't know, and you can't do it. You can't try again. So you can't take 20 on that.
okay then. Then let it be this. Then he can't see exactly. He
That's my
hasn't
bad.
he hasn't really studied the creatures associated with the Thessalon. He studied like the history and the people more than like their magic or something like that.
I would say that it's more of like a lack of knowledge of the thing. Just
Yeah,
because like studying Thassalon, it's like studying any other ancient civilization. Like if you just try and take specific pieces from it,
references.
you're not going to get that much because there isn't much to get about them in general.
Yeah, because nobody's alive.
Yeah, yeah. Like these guys existed thousands of years ago.
You are basically we are inferring things from the ruins like they do in Egypt.
Yeah, yeah, that's
You know.
pretty much what you're doing. And
Yeah,
that's actually a decent time scale. It's not exactly
yeah.
the same, but it's actually pretty solid comparison.
And then there's the only thing left is the floaty room that we can take you to. We can take you through the prison.
Well, I guess we have to pass through the prison to get to the floaty room.
Yeah, there's the prison, then there's the 3 rooms with the rubble, the rooms with all the holes, and then the floaty room. I think.
Can Wigbeard infer what the floating room was used for?
I mean, I can give you a description of the room and then you can make that inference.
Okay.
Okay, it's this big spherical room with like a 15-foot diameter. And if you go inside, you'll be under the effect of a levitation spell. And
He goes
then
inside.
what was that?
He goes inside and like experience and says, "To think the ancients lived past through these halls. I wonder what this room was used for." And he will take sketches of it and like make a map of the underground and everything
Okay.
as he's passing through.
There are a few other like noteworthy things about the room. It's
Yeah.
coated in like this red metal, as you can kind of see if you look at the room itself. And then occasionally there'll be like black electricity that'll form into like either strange ruins or even words occasionally.
Can he recognize anything from those words?
Yeah, I think you'd be able to pick up like different words. They don't list any specifics here. It's just supposed to convey the emotion of wrath and no like full sentences, so like just little snippets.
Anger. Wrath. He like writes down in his journal while he's floating in the room. And
Very
can he
frustrated
recognize
lightning.
the type of metal
I
that
don't
the
know,
room is
man.
made
It
of?
doesn't give me a type. What kind of red metals are out there?
Well,
Oxidized iron.
There you go.
copper.
I don't even know if that's the case. It doesn't tell you because it's not important.
Okay then. Anyway, he will spend his time like taking notes, making sketches and all that stuff in his journal.
Nice. Okay, and I'm sure that like by the time you're done with this, everyone can link up, assuming Dalen is going to check out the catacombs of Wrath.
Yeah, I'll probably try to catch back up.
Okay, cool. They're chilling in the levitation room. Sounds like Aridel's just outside it. That's
I'm
when
not going
Dalen
in
shows
there.
up.
I'm not going.
So what did we miss? What did I miss?
Not much.
I
Oh, I've
turn
been
around, levitating in the room, and say to Dalen, "Did you notice the symbols on the walls here?
Yes,
Did you
but I never.
notice the symbols on the walls here? I don't know. I have to find something for his voice too.
What?
Sorry, I am thinking out loud. Did you notice the symbols that appear in the room here?
Yes, I have, but we never. I don't think we ever quite deciphered them.
Well, as far as I can see, they are representations and snippets. They convey wrath, anger.
So the ruins and the words are separate things that are both being formed by the same lightning. The
Oh.
words are all Thessalonian words, so you'd all be able to like read those. The ruins are
Okay.
different. Thassalon, the people of their society use ruins as an expression of power, and magic was one of their strongest expressions. So these are presumably the ruins that they had pretty much fucking everywhere.
Okay then.
So it's like you might not know all of them, but like this kind of shit is associated with Thassalon all the time.
Okay then.
Like their most important people were called ruin lords.
Well, aside from that, how was it with the mayor?
Yeah, I freaked her out pretty good with the information that we had, stuff we discovered, and sadly, we have 4 hours before she can gather together the Carpenters Guild, and she intends to seal off this entire area.
He like jumps, Whitbeard jumps, just flies out of the room and runs towards the alley. What? Why? I thought you take care of the ruin well, so
We took care of him. We took care of most of the dangers, but she finds that a temple to Lamashtu and a well that can summon being demons of wrath to be too dangerous to be kept open to the general public. So she decided that she's gonna seal the entire area off, as well as post guards to prevent any future excursions into the temple until further notice.
he starts stroking his chin, his beard over his chin. Well, I guess public safety is number one. How much time did you say we have?
A few hours.
Okay, then I don't have much time. And like I said, he's going to run around everywhere and try to take in and write and sketch as much as he can in those few hours.
Okay, what does everyone else want to do while he's going around the catacombs just sketching?
I'm going to hang out with King's Inn, maybe play some bunny games.
Yeah, whenever he's like that, King's Inn like just hops up over his head. Although he has to be within 100 feet of him at all times. Technically, I think we could say that. I think doesn't matter.
Nice.
He will happily play with you because he finds everything Wigbeard does about history, and whenever he gets that excited about it, like tedious.
Like a true king.
Okay. What's Dalen doing then?
Daly's just kind of following Wigbeard around to make sure he's safe and to kind of see if he finds something that the party may have missed on their first excursion.
Okay. You just give me like a general perception check then. Like a catch-all.
Yeah.
Should I help him or
Yeah,
with that? Because we are doing it technically together.
why not?
Actually, I'd prefer helping you if possible.
You guys can just
So-
both roll perception checks.
Because you have the better perception.
I didn't say there was 8 another's happening in any capacity.
Okay.
Well, I can guarantee you I didn't see nothing.
Nice. Okay, you guys spend how long down here?
Until the work crews and the guards and the mayor like shove us out, and even then he will protest and
They're not going to
moan
come down
about
there.
it.
They're going to bury you if you're in there. They're not going to go
thought
down
you-
the catacomb. They're going to go to the fork and block it off.
Oh,
They're going to go where the guards are stationed and block it off.
oh,
Because
then
they're not passing
like,
the guards.
I mean, the guards just watched us go in. Like, the guards are gonna let them bury us?
No. But they're also not going to wait. You were
Okay,
told you
he
had
said
a
So
few
they're gonna
hours.
bury us.
So he will spend the 3.5 hours down there.
Okay. Yeah, you show
And
up
when
and it
he-
looks like they've actually started putting down like multiple layers of brick.
He like
It's all like no higher than like your waist, Wigbeard.
because he's 3.5 feet tall. So.
So it'd be up to our kneecaps.
Okay, then he jumps over the layers of bricks, looks around into the tunnel, and like sighs deeply. And with determination, he just snaps his journal.
So I don't think any of you guys remember him, but Anamara would. There's a man working down here. His name's Azric Battlehorn. He's the dwarf who runs the Carpenters Guild, and like a couple of the guards told me you were still down here, so I started working on the lower layers of brick. I'm glad to see that you came down here fast enough, because the mayor said we had to brick it off either way. She wasn't too happy about it, but she figured if you didn't return in time, well, then you weren't coming back at all.
That's an interestingly chaotic evil mayor you have there.
I understand her desire to get it done and over with. Just wish we had more time to fully explore the area.
Can
Some of
have all the
places
time we
blocked out
want
by
in the
rubble.
world to clear the place out, but
There were several places blocked by rubble. We were hoping to maybe get through those, but since the mayor wants it done now,
I tried getting one of the boys, and he like gestures towards one of the guards that's down there to go get you. They were soiling their pants.
Is that supposed to be a Scottish accent?
No. But the fact that you thought it was Scottish is either racist or I was doing a
I
good
don't know. I
Scottish
thought old
accent.
wars were Scottish.
Well,
Got it.
that's because you're racist.
Yeah.
That's
Scotland
Okay.
is not a race.
Nationalist? Is that what we're going with then?
Yeah,
Xenophobic.
nationalist.
There you
Yeah.
go, nationalist. But normally when I think nationalist, I think people who only focus on or care about their nation more than others.
Xenophobia is the hatred of people from other places.
There has to be something more specific than that, right?
Not really.
Because like
You don't.
why is that so broad when compared to like every other kind of hate group comes to a title?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're white. You're white. Xenophobia.
Yeah, but that's racist. There's a
That's not
specific one for
racist.
that. If it's discrimination based on race, right?
It's not based on race. It's based on culture.
I always thought
Culturist.
xenophobia was discrimination based on species.
And that was the impression I was under.
No,
too.
it's
Clearly, we need to read up on our descriptions because the last thing I want to do is accuse someone of being xenophobic when I really mean something else.
I mean, in a sense, you could be both xenophobic and racist, but given that you're both the same race, if you're both white, then you're being xenophobic.
So in this case, discriminating based on the fact that someone is
They're-
Scottish is
Yeah,
just
you're
xenophobia.
discriminating on them based on the country that they're from, so you're being xenophobic. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody is
I'm
truly
just
being
making a
hateful.
joke. I'm just making a
Yeah.
joke. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Don't worry
Yeah, it's
about
fine.
it.
We're just like
I don't-
really chewing on
It's
this.
just I think the only one we could accuse of being xenophobic is Hollywood because they're the ones that hire people with Scottish accents
That's true.
to play all the dwarves.
Oh no, I think they did a good job with the Hobbit. They weren't all from
Yeah.
like one place.
Yeah.
That might be the
That
only
was a
thing
good-
they did right in that whole series.
Yes. I
Hey.
could get like 1 or 2 movies out of that, but please, they had to stretch it to 3.
6.
But yeah, that was just my attempt at some kind of vaguely European accent. Somewhere in
Okay.
Europe, that's broad enough.
Yeah.
Very broad.
Just me talking out the side of my face is what that really ends up being.
Yeah. About as my speech pattern change for Big Beard.
And in like every game I run, I always have 2 characters named Hans and Franz, and I do a terrible accent for both of them, and they always pop up. Right? Like they're like recurring characters, and they're always doing like the same nonsense, or they're just like super unhelpful, but also like pivotal pivotal to like the plot.
Is it like just like a terrible like
Like Hans and Franz.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guten Tag, y'all.
Oh, Hans, I don't know if we should help them.
For some reason, just with the name and the way you described them, I'm thinking they're like the silly officer in like a Fire Emblem game. Like they're one of the bad guys' officers.
Have you ever seen the Dragon Ball Z Abridged series?
No.
I only
There-
watched a few episodes.
They do the two angels or whatever if you fall off Snake Way as Hans and Franz, I think. They're very similar characters. I don't know if their names are the same, but they're just kind of like really unhelpful.
I think the character you're leaning to, like the characters you're talking about, are an archetype that I really enjoy because I used to do something similar. I had like an apocalyptic setting that I used back when 5e first came out, and I had 2 characters named Throttle Jammer and Stick Shift, and they were kind of in the same vein, but they were just stereotypical like jarhead chads.
Yeah. They're like it's like Jesse and James. Like they show up, but they're really no hindrance. They're just there to kill like 5 minutes and like make it laugh, and then they leave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no, you guys were totally about to get buried alive.
Oh, damn it.
That's some evil shit right there. That's
We just sent out an SOS. The mayor buried the heroes of Sandpipe.
I just knocked the wall down. It's still wet. Like
Oh yeah, no, you
Yeah.
guys would have been able to get through. That wouldn't have been a problem. If you
be
showed
like,
up quick
all right,
enough.
sorry, you tried to bury us alive, so
And like, let's
build a
be
new
honest,
wall.
like, if you guys wanted to, they're only doing like a few layers of bricks. They're doing more than the previous one, but you guys have the strength, the tools, and the time to take down multiple layers. This is a preventative measure. It's not actually going to stop anyone that wants to get in or out. That's why the guards are still going to be posted.
Okay. Well, back to the Rusty Dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just before we go, Dalen takes one last look at the tunnel and thinks of the mysteries within before kind of sultry what's the word to look for? He just kind of hangs his head as he walks away.
Solemn.
Yeah, he's just kind of solemnly walks off.
Wingbeard will also do that, but he will sniff and turn around on his heel and walk off. Like
Aaron, will try
with
and
his
cheer up Dalen.
with his head held high, like these peasants that don't know what they're doing. They are stopping an academic inquiry.
Like, Anamara cares just as much as you guys about the blocking up of this tunnel, but like, she is definitely, it seems like, more understanding than everyone else. Because her number one priority is like community. This is like,
Yeah, and Amara sure seemed interested in everyone's safe being when she summoned that Sen spawn with the sorcerer right in front of it.
I'm gonna do the thing you should never do, and I'm gonna say she's chaotic. She does things in the name of science that you probably shouldn't. But now she knows how a Runewell works. She was learning on the fly, okay? Not everyone has the education that Wigbeard had.
She had, she an
I think she did it
investigator
because it's chaotic. It's
or
almost it's
an
almost
alchemist?
That was like the one bad thing you guys have seen her do. Cut her some slack.
Throws bombs at me. Also, does it look like the path is gonna blow up on our way back to the Rusty Dragon?
Which path are we talking about? I want specifics.
I'm gonna make sure there's no landmines every time I take a step.
I keep telling Calvin he needs to get the fucking the ability to do that. There's a way you can set landmines as a alchemist.
Awesome. I'm almost immune to his bombs.
No, there are no landmines. Unless you include your adoring fans that like you always end up getting interacted with anytime you guys are walking around the town.
Wigbeard is going to follow them back to the tavern and like just going to peek out of his all the time. He's just going to list through his journal just in case he forgot something to write down, and just going to peek out from it when he sees the adoring fans and raise his eyebrow and just go back to his notes.
What are you guys doing down at the Rusty Dragon?
I'm gonna make sure that they wrapped up King Zin's food for me, and I'm gonna take it to him.
Yeah. There's food there. Did you make it clear that it was supposed to be for this rabbit?
Oh, absolutely. It was for King Zin.
Okay, well they don't know who that is. That's why I'm asking.
He's
You
royalty.
don't know King Zen? How dare thou?
I'm gonna have to get like a nice regal pillow for him to sit on and carry him around with.
Okay, there's like a thing of trail rations in there. They're probably just elvish trail rations. Which I don't know if you guys knew this, but you can get trail rations that are dependent on race. Yes, Pathfinder has
Yes, you
racist
can.
trail rations.
Yeah, but if you're the wrong
can't
race, I think
talk
you
of
get
them.
sick.
I have 5 of them.
Pretty sure if I
Right
eat
now.
gnomish trail rations, I get nauseous or something.
Oh, is
weird.
that actually a thing?
Yeah.
So does
Oh
that
no,
mean
I
that,
took the normal ones.
so does that mean in Pathfinder we can make racist gift baskets?
Yes.
Yeah.
And in here, you'll see I specifically prepared some elvish trail rations from you because I heard that's what you were most comfortable with.
You are a gnome who subsists on nothing but these trail rations. For at least 1 week, you are treated as being 1 hit dice higher for the purpose of spells and supernatural abilities that have variable effects.
I was just trying to
So
make a
sleep.
parallel, guys. Cut me some slack. They're not really elvish trail rations. They probably just have a bunch of like nuts and fruits and vegetables and other leafy crap.
So Elvish trail rations.
What do they do? What do they do? +2 on checks and saves that benefit from endurance.
Like King Din would need that, right? What does he even do?
He's not an elf, he won't get it.
We're already past that because they're not really elvish trail rations. Okay, there is something that the bunny could eat. And it's definitely cold.
I bring King's Inn food and I wink at Wigbeard. And I sit down.
Isn't it amazing
He
how you
like
can just
looks
put
up from his book and takes the rabbit off his head and puts it in front of the platter and returns to his notes. He's scribbling something else.
You have chosen a familiar, and I will force it to be part of the game.
Isn't it just amazing how you can take like just fucking any fluffy small creature and then people will be like, "Oh my god, it's amazing."
It's built into our DNA. That's why 99.9% love babies. People.
You know how many times I've gone on Reddit to the Pathfinder and D&D subreddit only to find out they've made a goblin into the party pet?
Yeah, too many times. Which is weird because
That's
goblins are
kinda
horrifying.
creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of creepy.
Oh,
Like not a magically bound creature like an animal companion or a familiar. That's
Tell me why that's
okay.
less
Like
creepy.
out of character. King Sin is literally Wigbeard's imaginary friend that he dreamed up.
So is that
Mhm.
better or worse than just being the mascot of the team and a party member?
I don't know.
It's like
I
a
don't want to
question for
delve this
philosophers.
deep because
I
that's
had
a rabbit hole. Literally, you can't come out from.
we had a paladin once who worshipped a pair of pajamas in a game. And he wore the pajamas like armor. And eventually, Aradel, the god who had been lending powers to the paladin to like actually accomplish things, made the pajamas magical armor for him. and he continued to worship the pajamas, but was now wearing magical pajamas.
I got a quick question for you, Philip.
Yeah.
What's the name of your character?
Oh no, did I spell my name as the same as?
I just wanted to see if there was any correlation there. Are you trying to spawn some kind of fan fiction or like some theories like Aradel is secretly a god?
No. What's the god of the hunt?
Aristil?
Aristil,
Depending.
thank you. Aristil.
He's like more of a god of the rusticism.
Yeah, god of the
Than
people.
The people's god.
well, technically, all gods are people's gods.
Aristil.
The real
I think you
people,
have.
okay?
I think you have several hand gods in Pathfinder.
Oh yeah,
There's-
there's a bunch of overlap for sure.
Yeah, like the Elven one, I don't know. I know the Elven one. I
Isn't
don't know
it
anymore actually.
isn't it weird that we have like an elvish god, and then we have like a gnomish god, but then the orc gods, there's like a pantheon of them. Then their whole fucking pantheon.
Yeah, I think it's depends on literally their racial cultural identities.
No,
I
no,
mean,
it totally does.
gnomes are so chaotic.
It's because like if you look at orcs, like they can't embody themselves in a lot of the gods, so they have their own pantheon that represents specific aspects
Yeah.
of their culture. It makes
Yeah.
sense,
Ever,
but it's still from a distance it looks weird.
Have you ever read about why orc tribes make half orcs?
I've read the little
No.
bit that's provided in Giant Slayer and from their source book, but I'm
It's
sure
not.
there's more.
It's not good. It is rated R for violent.
Yeah, dude, get into Giant Slayer. I don't know if you've played it, but
I
as a
have not.
GM, you learn a lot. You learn a lot about half orcs' existences. It's
Yeah.
it's not good.
Okay,
Anyways,
then.
there's a bunny and I fed it.
Yes, we keep getting sidetracked today.
Yeah.
There's only three of
Well,
us.
I think we are like mostly stalling for this session, role playing as much as we can because maybe next session will be exploration. All
I
that
was
stuff
expecting
there
this
are more
session to
people.
be exploration.
Calvin won't be here next week either, right?
So yeah.
We should have a new person though. I've reached out to a couple different people and I have a post up for it.
There's kind of no reason for us to stall, but also, I understand it.
So what are we doing? Are you that is resting and then what then? Bigbeard is like engrossed in his notes for now.
I think I'm done for the day, more or less. It's bedtime.
Bedtime.
Aelin needs to rest. He has no spells other than his cantrips. And one first level spell slot.
Bigbeard is going to pay for 2 nights to stay in the inn
Okay.
for now. How much is that? Like 2 silver.
Go look at inn prices and then decide what kind of room you want to spend it on.
Okay then.
If I remember correctly, Heroes of Sandpoint automatically get the best rooms in the house, right?
You get the rooms you've had. Oh, shit. You guys didn't see that.
I did not. I was looking away.
I
So
will
it's-
pay for the good room. So that would be 4 silver.
That stacks of silver.
No, actually, a good room is
2
4 gold.
There you go.
There. For 2 days. Well, 16 gold pieces for a suite. Average 32 or more for a luxurious one.
Probably isn't a luxurious suite in this place. I'm gonna throw it out there.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Small inn in a small town.
Probably has up to good rooms.
I think poor inn stay is like you sleep on the floor.
Yeah.
Like it's just common area floor area.
What else can you ask for, really?
Yeah.
You're out from the elements. It might be heated. That seems like a pretty good gig to me.
Yeah. Better than the floor outside. The floor
Exactly.
inside.
Wigbeard going to retire into his room after a meal, and he's going to spend the night poring over the sketch of the statue he found. He's like trying to remember who is that, but he can't. And then he's going to go to sleep.
Yeah, you're definitely not gonna figure that out. I don't even like towards the end of the night. Not even the end of the night. Because like kind of like midday when you guys are all tapping out.
Yeah.
I think later, like properly into the night, like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, once it's actually starting to get dark. You hear that the sheriff is back in town.
That was very fast.
That was.
Yeah, dude. Sheriff's a determined man.
Isn't it like 3 days to Magnamar?
Well, it depends on what you're traveling by.
It is possible he may have gone by horse, full speed.
Yeah, if he has pretty much been on a horse the whole time he's been gone, he could get back and forth. The light horse can go like 40 miles a day, so if he's been pushing that thing and or got new horses, he's been riding his fucking ass off the whole time he's been gone.
Which
Uh,
he
we should go-
probably did.
We should go talk to Sheriff.
Agreed. Agreed.
Wigbeard is going to just tag along.
What do you say, Kingsin? Do you want to bring Big Beard?
Big beard. Big beard. You can.
Big wig. Probably both true.
Yeah.
Hold on. I just realized it's
Except he
wig.
doesn't.
Is it a fake beard?
No, his real beard.
Big Beard is officially King Zin's animal companion, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to play him as. He's like the master in this master familiar
Perfect.
relationship.
So are you guys going to the garrison, presumably?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Bring Animara along if
I-
she's.
I think as soon as you step out of the Rusty Dragon, you can tell that there are more guards in this town. Whereas, you might see a few of them walking throughout a sheet, in pairs of 2 normally. As soon as you come out the Rusty Dragon, you look to your left where the bridge is, and you can see that there's like 4 guards stationed, 2 on either side of the bridge. And it looks like when you look to your right before the bend after the meat market, you can see a couple more guys, a couple more guards. All of them look like they're from Magnamar. They have like the Magnamar guard like outfit on. And they're like looking down in the harbor. And pretty much like every few intersections, you see a few more of these guys posted, or even some of them walking through the street. There's like more than like what was expected, at least based off what Sheriff Hemlock is saying. He was looking to like double his guard, and this is more than double. Unless they're all just out right now. That could be the case. And when you get to the garrison, garrison is probably surprisingly the least like it doesn't actually look like there are many more troops at the garrison. Though you do see a few posted in front of the town hall. And when you get to the garrison, you get let in. You don't have to go through all the hubbub you have had to multiple times in the past with the guards giving you crap. Seems like your unreasonable demands are behind you guys. And before we get to talk with the sheriff, I would like to take our 10-minute break.
Okay.
Okay, then.
Okay, so I will be back at 55 after. Let's call it that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for being patient, chat. I know we're having a lighter, less focused session today. Seems like everyone's having fun, though. I hope you are too. But we'll get back to it, and we'll start getting into some meaty, juicy bits here in a moment.
I just realized that I have no performance skills.
Yeah,
Not a single.
you're a non-performance bard, right?
Yeah.
You're like a rogue.
I'm trying to visualize like their spell casting because you always have to have something a verbal component.
Alrighty. Hmm. 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 You there, Dooson?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. I gotta ask, what makes you want to change out to Bard?
Not really. I wanted to change my character because I didn't like the concept of him. Made a mistake
Oh.
in him. Actually, I repurposed him. If you ever play for the second one,
Hi,
the
guys.
Crimson Throne AP, he will be there, but in very changed.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
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 I actually, for any characters you guys end up not using anymore, I
Yeah.
end up saving copies of them, so like I'll always have a copy of level 3 Adrian on my files.
Okay.
I haven't ended up having a use for any of them at this point, but if I get a good enough spread of them, I can always just be like, hey, you don't know what you want to do this session? Here's some ideas.
That's not a bad idea. Just basically have a bunch of backups ready.
Yeah. At this point, they're all between level 1 and 3, but that's fine. I haven't been doing these campaigns for long. I think this one's we're actually double digits today. This is session 10, which kind of sad. I wish Calvin was here. He's been here since the beginning.
Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, we all have plans for shit, right? That's just the way stuff goes.
Yeah. Things happen. Mm.
I know it's a minute early, but if you guys are down, we can start up.
Boop boop
Okay.
doop.
Sure.
Cool. So you guys are going in, and you actually see the sheriff in there with the mayor in Sheriff Hemlock's room, where you've been.
Kick the door open, throw in a thunderstone. Wow.
This is not how thunderstones work. This guy. Yeah, you go in there and you see sheriff, the mayor. Do you guys remember Derek? No. Okay. Derek was the guy who was in charge of the guards while sheriff was gone. He was the one who was talking with the mayor the other day when they were mulling over maps. And you see another man in Magnamar garb. Ew, that doesn't sound right. And when you come in, they all look up. None of them actually seem like surprised, but you can definitely tell that the sheriff looks like just completely drained of energy.
Mm.
And I guess the mayor just says, like, I was in the process of catching everyone up here with your findings down below.
Let me see. And do the others have any special input to add?
I don't think so. I was waiting, but I won't anymore. um, Sheriff says, no, I am not going to be out here much longer. I had a very long ride behind me. Legs hurt more than I can believe. But I believe that now that we have this guard, for which Magnamar, and he kind of gestures towards the man next to him, has provided us, I think this might be the appropriate time to have all of you strike out and go figure out what's going on with Nulia. We got more support than I expected, otherwise I wouldn't have asked. But I don't think we can wait for the attack now that we understand where the threat is coming from.
Is there any chance Shalalu can get us there?
She's not in town. Remember, he sent her. He like brought up 5 or 6 different locations in the hinterlands.
Right.
She's not gonna come back unless she has something that like the sheriff and the mayor need to know. She's out doing Strider things, okay?
We need a map.
And they can like vaguely like I guess the sheriff pulls out a map, and it's a map of the hinterlands, and it's the one that you guys had been looking over a few days ago, where like when you first met Shay, where there were a bunch of different places marked for like goblin attack and points of interest based on that. And they just point out where Thistletop is, and the sheriff starts giving you directions. It's basically like a 6-mile walk along the road heading north, for which you will then have to go off the tracks farther into the Nettlewood, and head towards the coast to find the Thistletop, I don't know, landmark, I guess. The Thistletops.
Well, I suppose we'll leave in the morning.
And I think they're all very understanding of that. Like, you guys have been doing a lot for the town, and they don't want you in the same shape that the sheriff's in. He's like extremely exhausted. If he needed to do this for a few more days, he could, but it seems like for now you guys have a moment to take a break. Okay, if there are not any comments, questions, or concerns, then we can just have you guys go back to the inn and, take your rest,
Let me think.
Aradel needed to do some more shopping, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I want to get a donkey and a carriage, or 2 donkeys and a carriage, or a wagon.
That I'm not even sure if you can get in Sandpoint. I'll need to double check.
Like a light wagon and 2 mules, or a light wagon and a horse.
Okay. Yeah, the wagon is gonna be the hard part. Hosk can't give that to you at a discount. He can do the horse. He has plenty of horses, and you are the heroes of Sandpoint. But the wagon is a much more. It's what's the best way to put it? It's harder for him to come by. This isn't something that he crafted by himself. He can raise more horses. He can't build more carts.
And they are expensive. Probably.
50 gold.
Which is pretty expensive. if you're not an adventurer or a noble or something.
And so, did you want like a cart or did you want a carriage? Like, because if it's just a cart, that can be provided.
Yeah, a cart, a wagon,
Okay.
to haul things.
Okay. If it's a cart, he can do that at a discount. It just is definitely gonna hurt. And that's
I
probably.
mean, I'm gonna bring it back if you want to rent it to me.
Oh yeah, he would be willing to do that, assuming it's gonna come back in the same condition.
I I make no guarantees that it's coming back in exactly the same condition.
Okay,
We're
well
going
then
through the hinterlands.
you'll have to pay for the rent, but you're also gonna have to give him a down payment and in place of insurance. Just give him half its price. Give him 7 gold. You'll get 5 of it back if you bring it in the condition it was given to you.
Sure. I'll give him 26 gold for the horse and wagon.
Presumably, you're getting a. Are you getting a light horse?
Yeah, just a light horse.
That's enough to pull the cart. You now have a horse and carts. As a light horse, yeah, never mind. I answered the question myself.
Large animal.
No, don't worry about it.
I'll need like a couple days worth of feed, but it's like free.
Well, I mean, the feed isn't, but like, if you are going to a place where they can just graze, then that's different.
Like it's 5 copper. It's a copper per
Yeah.
day.
Pretty sure it's 5, like you said.
Do we get a discount on?
Oh yeah, post discount,
it's
but that's
it's yeah, it's basically free.
it's yeah, copper.
Yeah, so I'll grab some feed too, which is
Yeah, you guys might be out there for some time.
25 gold, 7 silver. Make it 8 silver and bring 5 days worth of feed. 25 gold, 8 silver.
Please tell me we have someone in here who's good with animals.
I think I handle
Nope.
animal.
Yeah. No. Well, I have no rank, but I do have a +3 based on high charisma.
That is not good.
I have a rank in handle animal. I have a +7.
Okay, that's acceptable.
It's a trained only skill, I'm pretty sure, by the way.
Yeah, generally speaking.
Yeah.
I can get the horse to follow me and stay somewhere.
That's why I'm asking, because of where you guys
Yeah.
are going.
Yeah, no, I thought this one through a little bit.
Like, okay, these guys are grabbing a horse and they're gonna go hang out with some goblins.
I was hoping to just like park it somewhere safe. Maybe we get like a hireling to like sit in the cart.
Pay someone to sit in the cart. I don't know what is. There's a whole fucking system for that, isn't there? Isn't there? Are they literally called hirelings?
Yeah, you get like a contingency service hireling.
Cool. Okay, yeah. Untrained per day, 1 silver per day. Cool. You want to hire some guy, silver piece a day. He can keep. I guess what's the difference between trained and untrained?
Trained as like doctors and lawyers and stuff. But I think I need the questionable risk contingency service, just 6 silver a day.
What is this that you're talking about? Where do I see this?
Under hirelings,
Just need to Google hirelings then.
here I'll link for you. Contingency service.
Okay, which one are you getting?
I was thinking of a contingency service, just like stay with the carriage for a couple days, maybe 2 days. And if anything dangerous comes, just go back to town, take the horse, just leave, just run away.
Okay. I want to see what that, because there's a bunch of different types, so I just want to see what the representation is. It says dangerous, hazardous, what those different terms properly mean. Do they actually don't fucking say? That's nice.
Yeah, they don't say. I think it would be questionable because nothing might happen,
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting.
but there's a chance that you just need to ride the horse back. You're on a horse, so just go faster than basically anything is going to be able to.
So are you just asking him to like wait in the Thistlewood on like the main road? Is that what you're asking him to do?
Yeah, pretty much just camp out on the main road with the horse, and we'll be back in a couple days or
Okay.
in a couple hours.
I would say that that's probably hazardous then, just because that is the grounds that are most commonly attacked by the Thistletop.
Sure. What's that, a gold a day?
Yeah, it's not a big difference, but I do think it is more dangerous than, just camping on the average part of the main road.
Yeah, I'll pay them in advance.
Okay. Yeah, so if you're paying on advance, if you're doing 2 days pay, if that's the assumption, then just what? How much was it for a hireling for 1 day? Was it silver?
Golded. Oh,
Is it silver to hire them, and then the contingency service, is this separate, or is that just in place
I
of?
think that's in place of.
Okay. Yeah, then just 2 gold and you're good. Oh yeah, yeah. Looking at the description for contingency service, this is instead of a contract, it's paying them in advance. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have them for 2 days, after which they are no longer contractually obligated to help you. We're gonna call this guy Bert. Bert is the person that you have hired.
Cool.
Big Beards goes up to, hello, Bert.
Bert Danvicus. He's one of the grocer's sons. And now let's talk about exploration if there's no more town stuff to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just assume we're about to take on an army. We need a wagon to bring back their stuff.
Oh my god.
This fucking guy.
What?
We're gonna bring
just
it all
leave
back, guy.
You can't just leave a goblin army worth of armor, like a goblin's army armory. Because then another goblin just come, another group of them come, and then they're just armed again. Like,
You do realize that they make armor out of trash.
yeah, but they also steal it.
Okay then.
They
Just do what you want.
They steal good steel and stuff, and then use it.
Okay, so if you guys are being pulled by this cart, it's gonna take like 3 hours to get there at least, and that's just getting up on the road. Once you guys are like traveling out there, though, the Nettlewood, I mean, I've kind of already described it to you guys. It's big, thick forest, at least when it comes to canopy. Not as much underbrush as most forest. I'm thinking, I guess this doesn't help everyone, but I'm thinking like Montana.
Like Hannah?
What?
Hannah?
Hannah Montana.
Montana. Just Montana. Just the
The state.
the state. Yeah. How much do you guys know about Hannah Montana's underbrush?
Probably more
God.
than we should, because
She's a minor. I don't. What's happening?
she isn't
She's
a
not a
minor.
minor anymore.
She's
Not
a Miley
anymore. But she's
Cyrus.
also not. She's not Hannah Montana anymore either.
Yeah.
You guys are the reason she had a mental breakdown and swang down on that wrecking ball.
She came in like a wrecking ball. Okay.
Please don't. Please
That's
don't. No.
that's about as much as I know about either Miley Cyrus or Hannah Montana. Their names, and that they had a TV show and that song and nothing else.
That's good.
The
I
TV
barely
show was
know.
a literal, accurate representation of the struggle she was going through. Like,
I don't know. I just saw it once, like on Nickelodeon.
You ever watch
Years ago.
Inception? Inception looks bad when compared to Hannah Montana.
oh no.
Okay, when you guys get into
Okay.
the Nettlewood, I'm gonna ask for a survival check.
Of course.
Uh, should
Wait,
we all do it?
We're exploring now?
It's
Do we already-
the
we leaving now? We done
Let's-
left?
Vic Beard
we-
is going to aid someone.
so we rested, then the next day grabbed a horse and wagon, and I'm not sure what you did in the morning, and then left.
I was gonna say before we completely before we leave, I was gonna try to see if I could make a quick brief venture in where there's a library or something, see if I could find a book on Malfeshkanor. See if
You
I
can't.
can find out a little bit more about what we're up against.
You can't.
Probably.
I'm not even gonna make you roll because I know you can't. It's just not there.
Okay.
Honestly,
And I'll roll perception
that.
as a lookout or something to help. Like keep a lookout.
Okay, I have a compass,
I have one too.
so we get +2 on survival check. But I'm still just rolling a d20.
Same. So you have a better luck than I do.
Maybe Anamara has a better check.
Oh, there we
There.
go.
She has a +4, but whatever. I guarantee if I told you that and you messed your check up, you would ask me to do it again. But
Yeah,
we'll move on
probably.
from that.
I feel like everybody can make one, right?
I mean, you can, but really what I should be doing right now is like asking you to do that in the tower. So I would just throw it in
Okay.
the tower and then give you different information so you guys can squabble amongst yourselves.
Okay then. There.
We're all
No.
doing it. I guess so.
Well, if we're all
Road
doing it, I'm
trip.
just need Aradel's survival check now and we'll be good.
Well, we're all rolling survival checks
I guess.
to see who gets the best one.
All within the tower.
I don't know what the tower is.
Tower's the
The
tower
little
in the
tower
bottom
to the
right,
right.
of Fantasy Grounds.
Base tower at the very bottom.
And the dice was rolled.
4 different people with 4 different checks. For some reason, there is exactly 4 different paths you guys have found.
No. What's my favorite
Unsurprisingly,
tree?
the person who has a skill rank in it ended up finding the right path. How much time you guys actually spent once you're in the forest doing all this? Okay. Well, I guess when did you guys leave?
Early in the morning.
I'm looking for
Or-
specifics.
Like how much time?
When does the stable open?
I don't think the stable closes because the garrison actually uses like the stable round the clock.
When does the grocer open?
I don't know. 7 in the morning.
Shortly
So
after 7.
Cool. Okay. So it's like a 3-hour journey to get to the Nettlewood in like the area you would start looking around to get to Thistletop based on the map you were provided. And then it's gonna take you another 4 hours after Anamara has found the route that you guys are going down, where there's, the appropriate signs, be it broken branches, brushed down undergrowth, that kind of stuff, to get to Thistletop. So at this point, we're like 1 in the afternoon. When you approach this like entrance into some like briarwood is what it looks like. I'm actually going to share a map with you. As you guys are like approaching this, you can start to see multiple trails that lead up to this like same piece of brush. I will give you map now. And I hope this map fucking works right. I don't know that it does, but what can you guys see? You should
So
be
I'll leave 2 days worth of food, a tent, like tenting stuff like a blanket and a bed for the guy back at the path
Okay.
for Brent.
Cool.
Wingweed is going to ask, are we approaching this with stealth, maybe?
I am wearing loud armor. Jingle, 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 jingle.
Says
Clang,
every
clang, clang, clang.
fucking melee character that asked about stealth. Well, I'm loud, so no.
I can't. I literally can't.
Wigbeard is going to look at you like condescendingly and going to snap his fingers and say, Chastin Bochi hey, and touch his beard, which will turn green to match the foliage.
Oh, you're not gonna do vibrant green? You don't just want to put like a green
No.
filter on your token?
I'm just going to
Verdant.
prestidigitation on myself.
I have a minus
Runelord
5
beard.
to stealth.
I think that's okay use for it. Can I?
Yeah, you can
Clean
change.
soil items 1 foot cube each round. For an hour, for the next hour.
Yeah.
And he's going to very quietly, trying to be sneaky. And not to be seen too much.
Clank, 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 clank.
What does your clanking? They're going to see you first, shoot at you, and then they won't see me.
You can't actually use prestidigitation to change the color of your hair because it only works on non-living items.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Next level disguise self. Just so I can turn my beard into a different color.
You could get a bunch of sticks and twigs and then change the color to green on your beard as you interweave it.
Nah. Okay. It was just a joke. Anyway. Okay.
Or get really meta and be like, what about the beard oil I have? Can I change that color green?
Change the hair follicles.
Technically speaking, all the hair that is outside of your head is dead.
That is not how it works in Pathfinder.
Oh.
All the living parts of the hair are under the skin. Okay, so anyways.
Yoli.
Oh golly. Is it dark in here? Or does the sun get through?
Can't you guys see?
I
Yeah, we
can, yeah.
see. We can see each other.
So I guess we haven't used the vision-based system that much, but there are not lights on everyone. You guys are outside. You're just moving in between brambles right now.
Jingle jangle.
But you guys can't see more than just like your immediate vision, right?
There are walls immediately in front of us.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good.
We just see a bit of the clearing, and that's all.
Like a tree,
Maniacal. All
a
right.
tree to the left.
What is
Like-
what is directly in front of us? It's
Okay,
like
yeah, I was actually
wood?
going to describe that once we got done talking about beards.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. So
His name is Big Beard.
yeah, should be Twig Beard.
Got
okay.
him.
I couldn't find a green beard picture.
You
Oh,
guys
no.
stop in front of you. The briars and thistles grow so rampantly in this part of the Nettlewood. They're even denser and more tangled here as you get closer to the shore. You can hear it off in the distance, so you know you're close. You can hear the sound of water brushing up against the rocks along the coast. And although the brush here isn't quite dense enough to block the sound of the waves, it's certainly thick enough that you can't see the coast, and you definitely don't have access to it. And you've probably been walking fairly close to it for a while, so you know it's ahead of you somewhere. North on this map, though it's not exactly north when we're actually talking cardinal directions. And there are a few trees that glow very close to like the edge. You can actually kind of see one to the left of you if you have the appropriate vision.
Yeah.
But it's all very dark once you get to this thick bramble in front of you. Though you can see a patch of twigs in front of you where it seems to thin out. There's no brush growing on them.
Big Beard is going to take off the bunny, King's Sin, on the ground and poke him. Go. And he will hop over there. Except I don't have him as a token.
Okay, no, I can. So to do that, I have to throw him on the combat tracker, but I can do that right now. I don't have vision put on him because I didn't expect you to pull him out.
He's a familiar. And all of you notice this time that although it's a white bunny with like black accents on his ears, he has no wings this time.
The wings are purely cosmetic.
Did you pay $3.99 for those?
No.
Thank God. Yeah, so you can tell, all of you can tell that these are like artificially placed and or stripped of bristles.
Is there a like oh damn it.
Big sword that'll cut through them in my hand.
No, that's not it. I was thinking I forgot that he can't speak to me yet.
Oh, you're familiar?
Yeah, I forgot that's not a thing in Pathfinder at this level.
Ah.
Yeah.
You guys share emotions, I think, right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if he's scared, you'll know, and if you're scared, he'll know, and things like that.
The real question is,
don't want to
what
risk it.
scares a bunny?
Everything.
Everything bigger than a bunny.
Probably
and
everything except
smaller.
my nephew has a bunny, so I know. He chewed through everything.
Well,
I don't
this
think they
brings
make
up the
very
question,
good
is it a
pets.
domesticated bunny or is it a wild bunny? Because those behave very differently.
It's a bunny that's
Domesticated.
smarter than
So
animals.
many fucking people.
It's got like 6 intelligence, right? It makes it.
Yeah.
It's as smart as a child at least, right?
As a rock troll, I think is one of the comparisons they make.
Anyways, does this open?
Yeah, it looks like it's like an artificial door. But like I wouldn't open it unless I was someone like you wearing something protecting my hands. It looks very pointy and pokey.
Wigbeard is going to try to see if the door is trapped.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Just 1 second.
Receive. Does this door look like it's going to explode?
Okay.
Okay, Aerodel, give me a perception check as well. We need to make like
wow.
you know those feats they have that you can like build towards? Like
Yeah.
do something X amount of times. We need to have an explosion based one for Aerodel.
Yeah.
Get
Can
hit
no
by
longer
Animara's
trigger
bombs
explosive
100
face
times.
traps.
They are like, I think there are rules in Pathfinder first edition, like for boons or something like that.
Yeah, that's what
In
we're talking about.
magical
They're
items.
like they're feats you can earn is the idea.
Yeah.
So like get hit
Yeah.
by Animara's bombs 100 times, and then you get like a +4 to reflex saves versus bombs.
Yeah, it's funny. Does this door look like it's going to explode?
No, Aerodel. There are no explosives attached to this door.
Is it trapped? Is it locked?
It's a door made out of bristles. It is not. Or sorry, I keep saying bristles. Thistles. It is not locked. You just need to
I'll
move it, but make sure you have something covering your hands because they are pointy.
I'll push it open with my shield.
Did that work?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
There it is.
Now I know some of you can see very little, and some of you can see slightly more.
Yeah.
I'll pop a sunrod
This
and
guy's
I'll,
stick it into my shield.
cool. Let me put a sunrod on you. He needs a sunrod.
Mr. Sunrise.
Bum 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 bum. Bum bum bum.
And I already have the lantern equipped for Dalen because when you open this up, it's like very dark in here. There's no light coming through the thick thistles in front of you. I hate thistles. It's a horrible word.
All right, I'm gonna start moving forward.
Wigbeard is going to pull out his light crossbow and start moving forward also. Keeping
Okay.
an eye out for any traps or other things.
Keeping an eye out for things. That I'm assuming that's what people are doing when they go through hostile places.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you guys some descriptions as you come in. Okay,
Sure.
so as you come in, you very quickly realize these are cramped tunnels. They're only 4 feet high,
That's not good.
Yay!
and it's just this like dense thing of briars and nettles. The floor is very hard-packed earth with patches of wiry plants growing stubbornly here and there. If you are a large creature, which none of you are, thank God you didn't bring your horse in here, you would need to crawl through. If you are a bipedal medium creature, you would need to stoop over, hunkering down in Aradel's, iconic stance. But you will take a -4 penalty on attack rolls and -4 penalty to AC. You must also spend 2 squares of movement to move through each square you travel. If you're small or smaller, such as King's Inn or Wigbeard, then it doesn't impede you. And this also applies for quadrupedal medium creatures, which we don't have any of.
Is that
Yay! Small
everywhere?
characters rule.
Everywhere you can see down these tunnels, yes.
Real quick, as we enter, Dalen's going to pop a mage armor on himself. Get that extra protection.
Okay.
Cancel out the -4 that you're taking?
Yeah,
At least.
at least. Go ahead and pop that. It should be on. Okay, I got to target myself. There we go. There we go.
Okay. Bum, bum, bum.
Nice dark tunnel you keep walking down. Looks like it begins to open up as you come around this corner.
Yeah.
Technically, they are in the same because Wigbeard is carrying King Zin, and he's tiny.
And you can see what looks like a watch post to your northwest. There's a passageway. You can see there's like a door, and up above that, you can see like a platform where like people could look out, and it looks like there's open sky over there. You can see like outside, just barely though.
Wigbeard's going to stealthily approach the door, trying to hide in the underbrush. Actually, where is that? Like
What?
to the left or to the right?
The
The
northwest.
door, the sky, and everything.
The northwest.
So this way.
As Wickbeard passes through, Dana's going to give him a touch him on the shoulder, say for good fortune, and cast resistance.
Oh god, can you guys see through that? You should not be able to.
There's a little hole in the wall here, yeah.
Yeah, easy fix.
Oh shoot! I still have myself targeted. Damn it. Oops. Let me go ahead and just remove it from myself. Look at the combat tracker. Yeah, there we go. Remove, delete item. There we go.
Easy fix. It looks like we're missing someone.
Animara stayed behind.
No, I see Animara. I don't see Wigbeard.
It's
I am
under Zin. Or
yeah,
Zin is...
I'm overlapping their tokens.
Why?
Because Zin is tiny and can occupy Wigbeard's space.
Okay, we can just have him off to your side then. What we
Okay,
do with
then.
any other creatures that are stacked.
Okay then.
I will just assume from here on out that he is on your person.
Yeah. So as I said, stealthily approach this place and try to hear anything I can hear, basically. Listening for voices, footfalls.
Okay, you can give me a perception check. No, I think you can hear, well, obviously you can hear as you get closer, you can hear the sounds of the ocean. It's like right next to you. And I think you hear like the sounds of a bunch of what sounds almost like small rocks banging somewhere to the north of you.
I return to our group and ask, should we go northwest or to the east? I can hear the ocean on this side.
Clear out east. Unless
Because
you want to
like
climb.
you haven't walked up there to be able to like see the ocean, but like
But I can hear it.
yeah. There's clearly supposed to be like an overlook beyond where you are right now. God, I thought I fucking covered that.
Do we go scout out the overlook or go to the east?
I mean, if you just
to
made
say
the
this-
decision, people would follow you.
Okay, then we go to the east, to the overlook. And just to say, I am trying to be as quiet as I can.
Okay, well, unless you're like legitimately taking more time to be quiet, it's not gonna matter if everyone's following behind you at a regular pace.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna come. I saw him sneak off, so
I mean, you're straight up just even like so. You're legitimately just faster than them, right? If they spend their
Actually,
full move action, they're only gonna make 30 feet of movement, and you'll make 40. So you can get a little bit ahead of them if you want.
I'm like, yeah. If I use both of my actions, I can get 40.
But if you're trying to be stealthy, you're gonna end up being a little bit slower than them.
Yeah.
So it depends on if they're willing to wait or not.
I ask, Bigbeard comes back, say, are you willing to wait for me? So I can scout out this overlook over there. This is a
Sure.
legitimate question because I'm going to go slowly, and going to see what I can see.
yeah,
Certainly,
go
certainly
climb.
wouldn't want
If
to.
anything happens, just holler.
Yeah.
You get up to the overlook. Maybe this thing
As
will open.
quiet and stealthily as I can.
Yeah, give me a
Hiding.
stealth check. Oh, and that should be in the... Anytime I ask for stealth checks, they should be in the tower.
Okay, then.
Stealth, sense motive, and any of your social interactions should always be in the tower.
Okay, then. It hasn't come up till now.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know.
No, I know.
Oh,
Yeah, so you get up on the
Then-
overlook and you can see a cliff behind you and a beautiful ocean in front of you.
and basically nothing else. Is this a beach or like downstairs, or this is like the cliffs going down from the place where I am down into the ocean?
It's a cliff, and like honestly, you can't really see down there. Like you're on the edge of the cliff. You shouldn't be as far as you are right now.
Okay.
I just didn't want it to look like nothing to you.
Okay, then. I return and say, nothing there. Just ending to the cliff.
Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up.
You're approaching an intersection. Looks like it splits in multiple directions. Is that piece of map weird to navigate around?
No.
Okay.
No,
It-
not really.
Okay. And I'm gonna ask for some initiative checks as you come around this corner, Aradel.
Niff.
All of us.
Yeah. You guys are all around her. If it's something she
I
needs
am
to
a
be...
man.
I haven't done that in a while. I'm sorry.
I rolled a 20, but it didn't go into the board.
You did it on purpose. Also, why do you guys have black dice again? How did that come to happen?
I've always had black dice.
Why?
I like black dice.
Okay, well, black is the default, and there's 3 people in the group with black dice.
Okay, then I will change the color now.
It's really fucking annoying that you do the default.
Yeah.
I have purple
You-
dice.
You literally have an infinite number of colors you go with, and you're going to use the one that people who haven't changed their color for have.
Not quite infinite, but like the number of colors is absurd.
Sorry, you have an entire spectrum. There you go.
I'm not sure right now, but familiars like have their own initiative in Pathfinder. in first edition at least. Or do they act on?
So if we do all the rules that are written as like rules as written, you're gonna hate having a familiar. So it's gonna have the initiative you have is what we're gonna go with.
Okay then.
Unless you're really worried about the initiative, which is the way it technically should be, but then we have to do all the rules. Like then we start getting nitpicky with rules, and I don't want that to happen. You want to
then.
roll initiative for it? That's fine. You just have to make sure you clicked on the token when you roll the initiative, so it shows up as that person's initiative.
Okay, I can roll, but I'm not like crazy about it. So you can put it at.
Are you gonna be
what am
using your
I,
familiar in
14?
combat?
No, not yet.
Okay. Yeah, because as soon as you start using your creature in combat, that's when it matters. Because right now, the only time it's going to matter is if someone specifically tries to attack
So
King John, right?
basically, right now I'm just using it as a +2 to my perception.
Yeah, which is the exact thing I don't like about people with companions is the stat block. That's the only thing it is right now.
Well, I can't do anything else with him. He bites for no damage. And I have no touch spells. right now.
That's fair.
So I'm waiting for when he gets his first point in evolution from the figment. Then I can take a bunch of stuff and change it every day.
So the reason I'm asking for initiative is you have a bunch of goblins in the room in front of you. They haven't noticed you yet, but you do see them. And they seem to be like cheering something on in the room in front of you.
Oh, that is a lot of goblins.
Yeah, that was my mistake. I shouldn't have revealed them all.
Does anywhere, can I see anywhere that opens up enough for me to stand?
Yeah, it looks like the room opens up that they're in.
I'm going to sneak off over here to the right. Just would they see me if I went over here? Do you think?
You don't even know of their existence yet.
Oh yeah, I don't know that. That's right. Aerodel hasn't said anything about it.
We're waiting for Aradel's reaction.
Oh, I'm in a surprise round?
We're not doing surprise rounds. I'm just throwing initiative on because you came around the corner and saw these guys.
I start doing like baseball signs. I
He has
I don't know, there's like-
linguistics checks to decipher what Aradel's baseball signs mean.
yeah.
Make what now?
Linguistics checks, something you can only do trained.
Who's on first? Who's on first? Yeah, turn around and say it's a small army of goblins ahead.
I'm not trained in linguistics.
I am.
And Adabara could probably deal with all of them instantly with one good bomb.
That's fair. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let her chuck a bomb.
I think that's the best like game plan. To
Okay.
have Anamara chuck a bomb at them.
Okay, that's fair. Let me roll her initiative real quick.
Unless somebody else has an explosion they want to throw at us. A
I
group
just
of
didn't
goblins.
Ooh,
expect
wait,
you to suggest that.
I fear the bomb, but I respect the bomb.
That's fair. Okay, so Animara's bombs. I need to double check. I'm pretty sure she got a bomb chucker in the last few sessions. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, she had it in when we were fighting the.
Calvin, that lazy ass bum didn't even put the description for the item. Good thing I know what it is. Okay, she will come up, chuck a bomb, which is going to trigger initiative because there isn't any way she can hit more than a few of them. Like, she can't properly use her bombs without being spotted by them. What the fuck is going on here? Hold on 1 second.
Where?
Lights? Why can't Anawara see there? Why can't she see anywhere in here? What does she have on her for vision?
I don't know.
I don't think Namara has anything for vision.
She has my light.
Yeah, so she actually can't see until you move up. she only has low light.
Is that better?
Yeah. I was like, why can't she see? Oh yeah, she doesn't have a light source or dark vision. So basically, as you guys move up, since she needs you for light, if she's gonna throw a smart bomb for her is this guy, who she can't even throw at until she gets up here, unless she's throwing out. So basically, initiative's gonna start when you and Anamara are up here.
Sure.
Like, she's gonna have to be spotted before she can get in there and chuck a bomb. So I don't think she would do that. She's only ever been a frontline character one time.
Can I be in front of her?
Yeah, but like as you guys are approaching, you're not even gonna be that far. I think you guys would be like back here, basically coming around the corner.
Sure. I just don't
And then
want to let her face tank a room of goblins.
Yeah. Okay, and that's where we'll start initiative. And I'm gonna give you guys like a surprise round from here. I didn't expect you to be coming, so we'll start with Wigbeard.
Bigbeard and King Zin are going to move up. And seeing his natural enemy, Bigbeard is going to pull out a piece of butter, stale butter from his component pouch, and saying, "Let's," and going to throw it at the goblins and cast grease. Let me see. That's 30 feet.
That sure looked like more than 30.
No, I can. 10 foot. It's a 10-foot square only.
Mm-hmm.
Let me draw it. And it's he's going to put it right here.
So if it's a 10-foot radius, it's actually like
Not a radius.
It's a 10-foot square.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Target one object or 10-foot square. And I'm targeting this area here. I'm going to take a 5-foot step and actually I can't. I have moved and that's it.
Okay, well maybe we should resolve that before we move on. Do an acrobatics check for that goblin real quick.
It's a reflex initially.
Is it?
Reflex save.
If it's a reflex, then it should be on your spell.
Okay, then.
You should
I'm
be able to
going
target him and have him do it.
And whenever it's cast, it's immediately a reflex.
Oh, I
But
can.
then every round after that, it's an acrobatics.
Actually, I know I'm targeting from his 23 feet.
I have a feeling you grabbed the wrong grease.
Yeah.
There you go. You have the right one now.
10-foot square, 30 feet distance. And
That's
I
not
can
what I'm
cast
talking
it.
about. I'm talking about the effects. Anytime you grab a spell, grab it from the PFRPG spellbook.
Okay.
Because the grease that you had does not have the effects on it. The one I just put on there does.
Okay, then. I did not know that.
So now you can target the goblin and have him do the save.
So he rolled a 20 probably.
And also, am I missing something? Because I don't see anything on... No, I see it now. I always speak a moment before I fucking find it. Yeah, sorry, I thought it... Until you brought it up, I thought it was an acrobatics for both checks.
No, not
Yeah,
yet.
it's like a reflex, and then if anything moves through it, they make acrobatics. And if they fail their acrobatics, they make reflex. But if they fail the acrobatics really poorly, then they just fall down. Or
Which
it-
which
it-
which
solid.
source
Really good though.
should I use? Because I pulled these spells from the like the spells tab,
Yeah,
and
and
I
under
didn't
the
get
spells
any
tab,
effect.
you can get them from different books. You need to be
Yeah.
getting them from the PFRPG spellbook. Normally they'll end in a Y if they're from that book. That's not always the case,
Okay,
but quite a few of them will.
Okay.
Because that book is from an extension, and it has pretty much all the spells from Pathfinder, and they're all handmade. So if they have a mechanic that interacts with someone you're targeting, I've never seen it not made.
I haven't used it.
Probably because you don't have it loaded.
Open, yeah.
Yeah. So just go load it real quick, and then while we're doing other stuff, you can take care of your spells. Okay, so Goblin, whose turn is actually kind of cool, is the one. It's the one farthest back, the first one that would presumably see you. Right, you come around the corner, you're directly opposite of him. He's just gonna like charge straight at you. You can kind of see. I guess I could give you a description real quick of what's going on in here. It's like this 30-foot diameter room, lower ceiling, not lower, but low ceiling, not as low as the room you're in, but it would be a tight fit for you guys. You'd be able to stand up though, so once you actually get in there, Aradel and Anamara and Dalen, you'll be able to stand up properly. And the room just like stinks of smoke. And there's a very shallow fire pit that you see a goblin who you just cast a grease spell on, Wigbeard. He was actually just stomping on it. Doing something funky before you got here. But yeah, he's gonna run up, gonna try and go through this.
It's DC 14.
It's also half movement.
Yeah, no, I know. And that's only if they make the check.
It's half movement to move through it, or it's half speed to move through it.
Creature can walk within or through the area of grease at half normal speed with a DC 10 acrobatics check.
Yeah, so it can't move through at full speed.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. All I've said is it's moving through it and needs to make an acrobatics check.
Yeah, you said he charged or whatever. I was just like, he can't.
Charge isn't
Literally
even
charge.
the proper term for it. I know you can't charge through a person either. He's charging at you guys.
Also, yeah.
He's running in your direction. Is that what you want me to say?
Coming for you.
He's coming right for us. Okay, I use standard ground laws, and I pull out my AR-15.
There you go. Okay, and as he's going through, slips on the ground.
Yay! Grease.
Here's the real
first one.
question. If someone's move gets impeded on someone else's square, where do they go?
Uh,
I don't actually
nearest
know.
square. You pick one.
Oh no, here, we'll just do a D8. Let's make it super exciting. I got a 3, the square I currently have it in. Okay.
It's just lawn bowling. Like,
Yeah. Slides underneath the other goblin who's still standing. Okay, I'm going to put the prone effect on that guy real quick. I have a feeling we're going to be using this a lot. Can you hop our effects? About to find out.
I hope
The
so.
answer is yes.
Oh,
Nice.
up?
Yeah, so it runs at you guys, slides underneath the other goblin. Doesn't make it as far as it wanted to. And this other goblin is gonna draw its weapon and come out to you guys. Ending its turn. This goblin's gonna try and run through as well. Let's see if its acrobatics check is any good. This was one of the few times I wish I could show you guys rolls. Like, this guy just got a 6. So he's just gonna fall down right there.
Oh, he gets a reflex.
I don't think so. Okay, so if I fail, it means you can't move that round. With a fail of 5 or more, meaning it falls. So he's not gonna fall. The other one did because it failed by too much.
But if he fails his reflex, he falls. Yeah.
No, so
Grease.
any creature in the area when the spell is cast makes the reflex. Any creature that walks through or within the area can move at half speed if it makes the acrobatic of 10. If it doesn't make it and fails by more than 5, then it falls.
So failure means it can't move that round, and then must make a reflex save or fall.
Where is this part? Where am I missing this?
I'm not sure where. I'm just looking. That's just the grease spell. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, I'm reading the
Version of the grease
description of
spell.
Grease.
It's right after DC 10 acrobatics check. Failure means it can't move that round, and then
Yeah, it's
And
referencing
must-
the acrobatics check.
right, and must then make a reflex save or fall.
Oh, okay. I didn't even see the parentheses.
And yeah, and just to make things slightly more complicated for you.
No, that's fair. It's Pathfinder. What was I expecting, right?
Grease is a nightmare. We could probably automate this.
Oh no, we definitely could. It would just be Wigbeard making them do reflex saves every time they went through.
Every time they went through, yeah, you could.
But as an alternative, I'm just gonna do what I'm doing. And this other goblin is gonna try and charge at you guys. Needs to make an acrobatics check. They don't have acrobatics, so it's just raw dex. This one actually makes it.
A
That's still a bunch of move consumed, and it just spends its turn getting right into the doorway. And before we
Alright.
continue, I know this is an awkward place, but unless you guys think you're going to do quick sessions, I'm going to have to ask that we end here.
Probably not.
Okay.
Okay then.
Okay.
I'm glad we left off on some combat since we didn't do much today when it comes to combat. I guess we didn't do any combat until now, did we?
yeah.
Not really.
Well, I had a lot of fun today, guys.
Today was the day of King's Inn.
Yeah.
Finally got a
and
mascot.
and the Tolkien and whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with us every now and then having these, you know, a little bit more off-topic sessions, as long as everyone is comfortable with it. Obviously, I don't want to be doing anything you guys are unhappy with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought everyone was having fun, but if you aren't happy with what happened today, obviously just send me a PM.
Today was really good.
I had a good time. I was laughing. We were laughing. I
Hell yeah.
hope.
I distinctly remember lots of laughing. How are you feeling about your new character, Deucen?
Excellent. This time.
Awesome. Yeah, I
Damn
feel like you
dirty
have
gnome.
embraced Wigbeard more than you did Adrian, honestly.
Ouch.
Yeah.
There's more energy.
Because I didn't think Adrian through.
That's
Just
fair.
didn't think him through and just slapped him together. But this, like, I used my DM's, all DM's questionnaire. And then it's easier to roleplay when you have a background of notes.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I think for a lot of people, the trap of not kind of prepping your background is there, which I get. You know, sometimes you don't have a cool big backstory, but just having a little bit for a character goes a long way.
The problem I have when I make backgrounds is that I don't include personalities in them.
Yeah, that's
So
the
I
big
don't
thing
know
we're trying to pull
how
from them,
I
right?
play him. Yeah.
We want to see how they behave, how they react to things. That's why you don't just bring up the fact that your family was a burning fire. You need to bring up how you reacted to that burning fire.
Yeah.
My family was a burning fire.
Oh, did
Why?
I misstep?
I was born from a burning bush.
I have an Ifrit in my Friday
Ifrit,
night
yeah,
games.
you
His family
can
was a
be an
burning
Ifrit.
fire.
Your mom is a burning fire. When you're Ifrit, or a cold stream, or
It's been a long day, okay?
okay.
Uh,
Okay, guys. See you next week.
yeah,
Next
see you
week.
next week. Have a good day, Jacob. Have a good day, William.
You too.
You too, man. Okay, that was a fun stream, guys. I'll be on tomorrow night at 4 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time if you want to watch some Giant Slayer. If not, enjoy the rest